1.
I should probably go to bed. I should probably turn off my phone. I should quit while I'm ahead. I should probably leave you alone.
Yeah, if I'm fine, baby, are you going for the ride? When I look into your eyes, I just wanna hold you all night.
I should probably go to bed.
Well, somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that I had invited you real last year. It's not confidential. I got potential. Rushing around.
Because of you, I never strayed too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I learned to play on the safe side so I don't get hurt. Because of you.
Make it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger than ever. After our work is never over. Make it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger than ever. After our work is never over.
Because of you.
Make it harder, make it better,
Because of
do
you.
it faster, makes us stronger.
Because of you.
Make it harder, make it better.
Because of you.
Her sister was a witch.
She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky.
Can you stay up all night? Fuck me till the daylight. 30 for 35. Can you stay up all night? Fuck me till the daylight. 30 for 35. Give me a man after midnight. Want somebody help me chase the shadows away. Give me a man after midnight. Take me through the darkness to the break of the day.
And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on anyway.
Why? You only say you love me when you're high. It's like we go through the same shit every night. Oh, I. You always swear that it's gonna change, but it never does.
I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything is shining, always gonna go away. I'll be fine once I get away. I'll be good.
It never does. You only say you love me when you're high. It's like we go through the same shit every night.
Cap in a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. Blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Good things come to those that wait up. Don't wait to jump in too long. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
And if I'm ever gonna move on, I'ma need some whiskey glasses. Cause I don't wanna see the truth. She's probably making out on the couch right now with someone new. Yeah, I'ma need some whiskey glasses if I'm gonna make it through. I'ma be single, I'ma need a double shot of that heartbreak proof.
I'ma make the crowd go.
My name Mac Miller, who the fuck are you? Well, my crew too live, but I ain't Uncle Luke. And I ain't no hipster, girl, I can make your hipster. From Pittsburgh, smoke papers or a swisher. Welcome to the campground, Chronicles. Looking out my mind it goes. I'm dodging obstacles, I gamble like the Bellagio. You cockroach, I'm heroin, cause everything I thought to go. Type to leave it clean and fucking shiny, word of mop and glow. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling, falling.
Cause there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red cause you were looking over at me. Wind in my hair, I was there, I remember it all too well. Hey, you call me up again just to break me like a promise. So casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumbled down piece of paper lying here cause I remember it all, all.
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
You used to get it in your fishnets, now you only get it in your night dress. Discarded all the naughty nights for niceness, landed in a very common crisis. Everything's in order in a black hole, nothing seems to pity the past though. A Bloody Mary's like an El Tabasco, remember when you used to be a rascal.
A, B, C, D, E, F. You and your mom and your sister and your job and your broke ass car and that's what you call art. Fuck you and your friends that I'll never see again. Everybody but your dog, you can all fuck off.
The best you ever had, the best you ever had is just a memory and those dreams.
No, 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 no. A, B, C, D, E, F.
Raindrops, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. Cooking, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Bad and bougie, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bougie, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.
Oh, take my breath away and make it last forever, babe. Do it now or never, babe. Take my breath away. Nobody does it better, babe. Take my breath.
Far, wherever you are, I believe that's the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door and you're here in my heart, my heart.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
mistakes behind me. One day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go.
She a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head. Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm. She said, "It's time to shine away. It's time to shine away." But I'm looking for the one. Have you seen her? My psychic told me she had the Essex Serena, Trina, Gina for Lopez, 4 kids, and I gotta take all the bad ass.
Got no type. Nah. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. You ain't got no life. Nah. Cups with the ice and we do this every night. Hey. I ain't check the price. I got it. I make my own money, so I spend it how I like. I'm just living life. Hey. Hey. And let my mama tell it, nigga, I ain't living right.
Calling up angels. Calling up angels. Calling up angels. Calling up angels. 15, there's still time for you. Time to buy and time to lose. 15, there's never a wish better than this. When you only got 100 years. Tell you that, friend. It's time you had the talk. Give your reasons. When you only got 100 years to live.
Nothing that if I tell everyone how I make this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way. AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time
Now
trader.
we're currently up $2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this, go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ourselves ready to rock and roll. Let's get ourselves going, and let's get ourselves excited for what's going to be coming on up here today. I was going to say the lights behind me aren't on. Let's turn those on. There we go. There we go. Now, we got to talk about today. We do. I'm gonna turn off the music right here. I'm gonna get everyone. Actually, I'm gonna turn up the music one more time here, real quickly, guys. Zombie. Okay. Now, let's talk about what we have. Let's talk about this day. Let's make sure every single person is all set, ready to rock and roll. Let's make sure every single trader is, again, fired up on this day. And let's make sure you guys know exactly what to be looking at. Well, as you guys know or don't know, SPRO is the number one stock. Take a look right now, traders. Every single person at this moment is focused over on SPRO. Every single trader at this moment is obviously, again, taking a look over on SPRO and saying, hey, this is the moneymaker. This is where we want to go. We have a 269% top gainer that came out at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Now, what is the reason? What is the credibility? Why is SPRO ripping and running and spiking and climbing? And again, for anyone who does not know, every answer is literally just given to me on Fox Center right here. I wish I could take all the credit. I wish I could literally say, hey guys, yep, you know what? I find these plays out of thin air. It's just because I have the right equipment. If you have the right equipment, if you have the right scanners, you literally just get the answers sent to you. Top gainers on the day, SPRO. Top gainers, SPRO. Click the news alerts. What's going on here? SPRO. SPRO, again, spikes after phase 3 study. So what do we essentially are seeing? It says SPRO announces a phase 3 study stopped early for efficiency following review of independent data monitoring committee. So again, the word phase 3 is a very big hot key word. We have talked about this. We have gone over this before in the past. When you see the word phase 3 right here, phase 3, that is going to be very important data. For anyone who does not know anything about biopharmaceutical companies, is that you have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 data. Phase 3 data is the big finale. That's the big show right there. It's the big kahuna. When you get phase 3 data, if it's positive, if it's negative, with anything, people are going to at least be looking at it. I'm not saying this, guys. I'm not saying every single phase 3 data press release is going to go on a spike. I'm not saying that every single phase 3 data is going to go on a big rip and run. That's not what's going to happen. But I will say it is a word that you always want to be looking at. It's a word that you want to be aware of. It's a word that you want to be saying to yourself, hey, you know what? There's a lot of potential behind this. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll and understand that display. 1 second here, traders. So, right now here, team, we have SPRO. SPRO, again, came out with this phase 3 data, and obviously the stock exploded. This was at around 7:05 a.m. in the morning. So, if we take a look over on SPRO, this play has gone from 71 cents and has spiked all the way up towards $3. I mean, that's a beautiful rip and run. That is a beautiful rip and run over on SPRO. This is the type of market that I am so excited for, that I'm so ready for again, my large account to be all set, ready to go. Now, I know that's what everyone's waiting for. Everyone here is saying, Dek, large account coming on up, new broker coming on up, shorting coming on up. We are getting ourselves prepared, and I know I've been having to build it on up a little bit, just because, and I'm just going to be very transparent with you guys, there's a lot of prep that goes into this. And especially just because obviously I'm live streaming it all. I'm again helping you guys out. First things first I had to do was again reach out to about 10 different brokers. Tell them that we're going back to large account trading. And again, if any of them were able or want to be able to give us deals and discounts. Out of those 10 brokers, about 7 of them wanted to be able to give us deals and discounts. We finally got the best broker possible. Broker that's going to give us shorts on nearly every single stock that we want. It's going to be incredible. Number 2. I now have to open up an account with this broker. Make sure that we're all set. Number 3, I have to, again, go ahead and deposit my funds. Number 4, make sure, again, I'm helping out any sort of trader, investor that, again, also is going to be opening up at a larger account with us. And then, of course, we can attack and get after it. So it's really not as easy as me just saying, hey, guys, today I'm going to open up my large account and I'm going to start trading. If I said that, then it's fake. If I ever said that, then it's not real. If I ever said that, then again, okay, that's not what we're doing. It's not just, oh, let me again go ahead and deposit money. Boom, okay, a large account's open. Let's go after it. I, again, took literally the last 2 weeks and was on Zoom calls every single day. I was on phone calls for 30 minutes asking these people what they could give us. And again, I'm not sitting there trying to negotiate or anything. I'm saying, what can you give us? You give us your best deal, and I'm going to go talk to someone else and hear their best deal. And I'm going to go talk to someone else and hear their best deal. And the thing is, again, we literally got the best of the best. So that's all going to be coming up in the near future. Don't you worry. I'm again going to be going over all of that coming up in the near future. We're going to be all set, but I will tell you right now, traders, how would it sound? How would this sound to you? How would this sound if, again, I told you that we are going to be able to short every single stock that we want to short? Every single play that we want to go after, there's going to be shorts available. How would it sound that, again, I'm going to get you free platform access on the brokerage? So, again, you could short every single stock, you get free platform access, and your commissions are going to be slashed 50%. That's what we're doing here. So, That's the type of deals that I was working on for you guys. So the thing is, when we do go over towards our large account, when we do go back into big time trading, when we're trading 5-6 times a day, when I'm going after $5,000 profits, when I'm getting ready to do it, the last thing I ever want to do is worry about my commission eating up my fees. And guys, I am never going to, again, steer you to a broker that all of a sudden your fees are eating up your profits. Traders, I want to see you strive. I want to see you be successful. I want to see you grow. Not, again, see you guys get eaten up by fees and you say, oh, man, I'm losing all my money, right? That's not what we're doing in any sort of way. So right now, traders, let's go over the markets. Let's talk about everything. And then, of course, as you know, this day goes by, we can definitely kind of dive into a little bit more detail and, of course, go from there. But I really, really, really want to go the extra mile for every single person. I really want to go the extra mile for every single trader and make sure that you guys are learning and growing. So SPRO, number one play right here. SPRO. This is going to be the play that we are going to be focusing on this morning. And if you guys have not traded SPRO, this is what you guys should do. We already went over that SPRO does have news this morning. What I would do if I were you, go over towards indicators, add the VWAP. Boom. VWAP's all set. Now on top of that, guys, I would also connect some of the lower highs. I would connect this old top to this low, to right around that low, and I would start forming some sort of uptrend. This is what I would do right here. I would say at this moment, I do think you're going to have very strong 215 support. I do think you're going to have very strong around 205 support. And I do think you're going to have very strong right around $2 support. I think between the prices of $2.15 to $2 is where you guys are going to have a lot of opportunity. Now, before I even go any farther, guys, can everyone just do me one favor? Head on over to the YouTube stream, smash that thumbs on up. Honestly, when you smash the thumbs on up, it just shows YouTube that you like the stream. It just gives it a little bit more exposure, and it doesn't kind of like dampen the stream. It kind of brings it out to other people. So if you guys can do that, just being transparent, smash that thumbs on up. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. So SPRO right here, team. We are again watching the stock. It does have again the VWAP at around 215. We do have again higher lows right around 205, and then we do have support back on down towards around $2. Now, we want to see, of course, where these plays are going to be going next. We want to see where SPRO is going to be heading. So with SPRO here, traders, I do think the smartest move is going to be waiting for a dip buy or bounce play. Now, I think the highest level it's going to bounce is right around that 225 mark. Now, again, why 225? Because you guys do have top resistance, fade back on down. Now, again, it's trying to bounce off old top resistance. Old top resistance trying to hold up as the bounce area right here, right? That's what we currently have. Now, remember, I do think it's going to go down to 215. It could fall down to 205. It could fall down to $2. It's okay. Anywhere inside this wedge is the best bargain deal. Now, we have to, again, still keep our mindset correct. How many times have we seen a stock go on a big time spike and then come crashing all the way back on down? I mean, so often. Yes, dip buys are great. Bounce plays are great. Getting in on dip and bounce opportunities are amazing opportunities to make money. But this is not a large cap. This is not Tesla. This is not Apple. This is not Google. These are plays that sometimes they do go on big spikes and they give everything right back on down, right? Nearly every single time. They go on big spikes and they reverse and they fade and they fall and they come crashing all the way back on down. We see that happen a lot. So when you get in on a dip buy for a stock that's only $2, please be aware it may not get the bounce that you might expect. Because again, this is not a credible long-term blue chip play. Sometimes they all are just momentum plays. Now, SPRO, this would be a great candidate for a short as well. Now, again, for anyone who does not know, there's a little cheat sheet in stock trading, a little cheat that tells you exactly where you want to short the majority of the time. Does anyone know where that is? I'm going to help you guys on out right here. And again, hopefully change the game for you guys because this is going to be very crucial and very awesome for you to be able to see and watch. So what I want you guys to realize is a lot of times when a stock is starting to spike, let's just kind of go over towards some green candles here. We have green candle right here. Then again, we might have a little red candle. And then we are going to have another green candle, right? And then you might have a little red candle. But let's say we get a couple big green candles in a row. Let's say again, you have this green candle, and then let's say you have this green candle right here. When you have an overextension of green candles, and then you form what? That nice upper shadow. An upper shadow is now going to tell us, hey, we are now going to reverse. It is one of the best tells to be able to realize when a stock is going to turn or reverse. And then what's actually happening here in a psychological understanding is that we have a very nice spike. When the stock spikes this hard and we have green candle, and an upper shadow forms, it shows that it's spiked up to that high, but there weren't enough buyers to keep it going. And that upper shadow is an indicator that tells full-time traders, full-time retail traders, it's now a reversal time. It's now time to sell. It's now time to short. It's now time to take profits. So a great example of that is going to be over on SPRO, literally right here. You could see we do have a beautiful climb, but then we have that overextended move. Green candle. Notice right here, these are the upper shadows. It shows that it's spiked, came back on down, even tried it again, came back on down. Okay, we're going to reverse. We try to have 2 attempts at new high of the days. We couldn't do that, and now reversal happens. When you see these upper shadows, it's a great sign to know it's time to lock in profits. Now, these upper shadows are only going to work after overextended moves, not just a random upper shadow after a green, red. It would be green, upper shadow, red candles are coming. Does that make sense? So, one of the best ways to make easy money when shorting these plays going against them is by looking for the overextended move, upper shadow, reversal will soon be following. That's going to be something that we are going to be using a lot as I move back into shorting. That's going to be something I'm going to be talking about a lot. So if you ever hear me say there's an overextended moves, what I'm saying is there's a multiple green candles in a row without a pullback yet, and that pullback's going to be due. If I say, hey, watch for an upper shadow, I'm referring to watch that psychological move where a stock moves on up too quickly, and then again, selling takes on over, a reversal is soon going to happen. Those are going to be 2 terms you're going to hear a lot in the near future as I'm getting ready to find reversals, because that's what shorting is all about. If you want to be an expert shorter, all you're actually going to do is saying, how can I figure out a stock is at a top? How can we figure out a stock is at a top? How can we figure out a stock is going to reverse? How can we figure out a stock is going to turn? Well, it comes on down to candlesticks, if that's upper shadows, right? Doji stars, that's really good, right? You could be talking about inverse hammers. You could be looking at past chart history pattern, past chart history of old spiking highs, past chart history resistance, 52-week highs, where again on this day, pre-market highs, did the stock spike and turn back on down? We are looking and we're trying to understand, are there any channel patterns? Where is the stock going to turn? Where is there going to be more selling? So the thing is, what's so great when we talk about shorting and we're getting involved in shorting is we know that SPRO, let's just take a look over on SPRO right now. Go over to the daily chart over on SPRO. Now again, out of this daily chart, let's switch this on over to a weekly time frame. Now let me ask you guys a question. What has SPRO done in its history of its life? SPRO, this is a stock that was up towards $23. That was back in 2021. And for the last 4 years, essentially all SPRO does has been fade and fall and drop all the way on down. What are the odds that SPRO is going to go from 60 cents and spike back up to $20 and stay at $20 forever? The answer is very slim to none. The odds are, though, SPRO could easily spike maybe back up to 350 today, maybe back up towards, again, 325, and then start turning and start fading back on down to where it began. We know that the majority of these plays, and you have to get this through your head right now, these are not blue chip companies. These are not long-term investments. These are not great plays that you hold and say, oh yeah, this is going to be SPRO. This is what I love. Low float penny stocks are not good long-term investments. Sure. There will be, every now and then, a 100 million in float $7 stock that slowly goes from 7 to 15, then 15 to 30, then maybe 13 to 50, 50 to 100. You know what? Palantir, that was again one of those companies that did absolutely that, and that was fantastic. But again, it's not a stock that's sub 1 million in float going on a 200% climb in a day expecting for this to be a great play. This play, SPRO, could get up to $3, $3.50 today. But at the same time, this is most likely going to be a play within the next 2 to 3 days. It's probably going to be back on down near $1. That's the way these work. It's all momentum. Guys, do you actually care about SPRO? Be honest with me. Do you actually care about SPRO? You probably don't even know what SPRO stands for. You don't even know what SPRO does. You don't even know who the CEO is. You don't even know what their revenue is. You have no idea anything about SPRO other than the fact you woke up this morning, you saw it's up 241%, and you say, oh, daddy likey. Daddy want to get involved in SPRO. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I'm going to make me act up, right? That's all you probably said about SPRO so far, right? So the thing is, once SPRO moves, once SPRO starts dumping, you are going to say, hey, I don't care about SPRO anymore. It's all momentum. It's all about, again, everyone loves SPRO right now because SPRO is going crazy. A moment again, SPRO starts dumping, everyone's going to move on from it. Say again, this stock absolutely sucks. So SPRO, understand this is a pure momentum play. Understand it has room to run up towards around that $3.50 mark if it does go crazy, but also understand it's purely momentum. And once momentum leaves, the stock is pretty much done with. That's where we make money on these shorts, okay? So right now here, traders, we want to see what we can get. We want to see what's going to be happening next over on SPRO. Is there any other big plays we got to be looking at right now? SGBX right here. SGBX, no. Guys, want to take a look? Look at that upper shadow. Traders, how awesome is that, right? Another awesome example right here. Upper shadow. SGBX, notice we have green candle, red candle, green candle, green candle, red candle. Then we have the overextended move. Green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle. Overextended. Notice what's happening? Massive upper shadow. Upper shadow spikes, comes back on down, shows us, hey, we have reached the top. Shows us that now psychology is showing that the stock is going to reverse. Now we go ahead and look for a short, the stock fades and falls back on down. Upper shadow after overextended move, we do have that upper shadow, leads towards a reversal nearly every single time. So I hope, even if you didn't know about like upper shadow reversals, one of the easiest ways to make money. Seriously, like not even lying, one of the easiest ways to make money. Take a look over on ANF. Guys, take a look. ANF, upper shadow, reversal right back on down. So that's, very solid there as well. So again, let's see what we get coming on up at 8 a.m. here today. Let's go through again some other news alerts. Let's just refresh this in case any other news. No other news alerts came on through. But let's see what we have here. We have SPRO, excuse me, which was a top gainer today and is. And then we also have SGBX, where SGBX, again, that was the stock that we just showed with the big upper shadow. But there is some good information right here. Just a little heads on up. Let's read this, traders, because this is really important. It says SGBX, no news, low float, and up 227%. It says SGBX is their top gainer this morning with a 223% gain. It's not anymore. SPRO is now the top gainer. But it says, let's do a lesson on what makes a perfect breakout. There are 3 major keys in every investor should know. Number 1, credible news. News is critical in the stock market because it influences investor sentiment, which turns into effects of supply and demand for stocks, ultimately their prices. Simply put, news is the reasoning on why someone would buy. There are thousands of stocks to buy every morning. Without a reasoning, a stock would never be bought. So traders, what does it really come on down to? How do we get a breakout? Well, number 1, we do have to have news. We do have to have a reason to buy a stock. There are 10,000 plays out there. A stock that comes out with news, such as SPRO, we now have a reason to want to buy it. Number 2, big volume. In stock trading, volume refers to the total number of shares of a particular stock that are traded during a full specific period. It's typically a single trading day. It measures the market activity and liquidity, indicating the level of interest in participating in a stock. Simply put, volume is how many orders a stock currently has in a time period, but it can also be seen as the attention of the stock. The more volume a stock has, the more attention it has. This means the stock will be more in demand. So guys, if we have a reason to buy a stock, that stock will now become more in demand. And we do have the low float. Float refers to the number of shares that the company are available for public trading. It represents the supply of shares to be bought by investors by the market. The float excludes shares held by company insiders, executives, and restricted shares that cannot be traded. Simply put, the float is the supply, right? So when you have a low supply and a high demand, you will see price increase dramatically. So when we have a reason to buy a stock, aka news, and we have a high demand, aka volume, and we have a low supply, aka float, that's what leads to very big spikes and rips and runs. So very nice. Even if, again, you're not trading SGBX in any sort of way, it's great to at least just be aware of, why do breakouts happen? How do breakouts happen? Well, again, to be able to find a big time breakout in the future, you must understand what causes a big time breakout. You can't just, again, find a breakout in the future and say to yourself, oh yeah, breakouts are going to happen because, well, I don't know, right? At least understand it. This is a very just basic, easy way to understand what causes a breakout, right? You got to understand the recipe. If I want to bake cookies in a kitchen, I got to have sugar. I got to have some eggs. I got to have some flour. I got to have all the right components, a little vanilla, right? Same exact thing, guys. If I don't have the right components on what makes a breakout, my cookies are going to suck, right? And I don't like sucky cookies. I like those warm, delicious. You could fold them in half a little. Again, bit of steam comes right out of the middle. The chocolate is melting all over your hands and just, So the thing is, guys, that's more what you're looking for, okay? You got to have the right idea. Little heads on up. Going tonight. Tonight, traders. Nvidia earnings are tonight. Nvidia earnings expectations. Here is what to look for. Look at there, right there. We got Jensen Huang, CEO. Nvidia is expected to report earnings after the market close on May 28, 2025 for the fiscal quarter ending year in April of 2025. Analysts forecast earnings per share at 0.80, up from 0.58, reported in the same quarter last year. Revenue is expected to be $43.3 billion, with data center revenue at $39.4 billion. So traders, tonight at the time of either 4 o'clock or 4:30. Again, I don't know the exact time. 4 o'clock or 4:30, they say after the bell. We will see Nvidia come out with its earnings report. Nvidia, most likely, if it has good earnings, it'll start pushing up towards around 150. If it has bad earnings, this could drop back on down towards around 120. I would probably say there's going to be a $10 to $15 move tonight. If that's a drop down to 120, or if that's a rip and run back up towards around that 150 area. Okay? So Nvidia, definitely make sure that you guys are watching this. Make sure that you guys are focused on it. So right now here, traders, what else do we have here? Just going through, again, some news over on Fox Runner until we get towards the 8 a.m. press release. What are the hottest trends in the stock market? Have you guys noticed, guys? Trends are starting to come back, which gets me very excited because we can make a lot of money. So, guys, if for anyone who does not know, you guys can literally copy this, write this down, just be aware of this. So, right now, hottest trends in the stock market. Number 1, nuclear is getting very hot. SMR, LEU, OKLR, LTBR. Nuclear stocks are getting very hot. You can also write down BWXT, one of those plays that I've talked about before in the past. I really like, again, that play. SMR, definitely something that you want to be watching, leading the parade in nuclear right now. If you guys are interested in nuclear energy, if you guys are focused on SMRs, small modular reactors, if you guys are focusing on a new energy source such as nuclear, definitely make sure that you guys are prepared for this. What else do we have here? Space. Right now, have you guys realized that we do have space very hot right now? RDW, SATL, our Rocket Lab, Lunar, PL, BKSY. We're seeing a lot of these space stocks start moving themselves on up as well. And again, these space plays are, again, making good money. RDW, which again creates space parts, is again up 23% so far this year. What else do we have here? Robotics, right? Rolls-Royce. Rich Tech Robotics, RR, ARBE, 9.35%, Serve up 9.17%. I know Serve, again, got dropped by Nvidia, though. So, again, that was a little bit tough. Now, Serve used to work or have a partnership with Nvidia, and Nvidia dropped them. That kind of hurt them. But still, Serve is up 9%. That's really awesome. What else do we have here? Software. Software right here. BBAI. APP app, guys. App Lovin' was the number 1 best investment of 2024. 2024, last year, the last 12 months, App was the number 1 best investment of 2024. Make sure you guys check that on out. And it's up to 8% right now. Make sure you guys go watch that. Cloud plays, CRWV, right? INOD. These are plays that you definitely want to be watching. Fintech plays, Pays, OPFI, DAVE, Hood, right? Like a different way of banking, right? We also have SoFi in there. SoFi is a very popular company. But again, definitely make sure that you guys are aware that a lot of these fintech plays are moving. What else do we have here? Robo-taxi plays, Pony, WRD, Tesla, one of my favorites, Aurora, right? AUR, right? We have seen these type of plays go on big rips and runs. So the thing is, traders, if we're saying, what's hot right now, there's a lot of little hot trends inside the stock market. Number 1, self-driving vehicles, robo-taxis. Number 2, fintech, new way of banking. Number 3, clouds and storage, right? And number 4, software, new developing technology. Number 5, robotics, possibly again coming up in the future, right? Space and space exploration with satellites. And what else? Nuclear. So again, there's a lot of great information right here. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that on out so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. And then other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting ourselves more prepared for, again, what's coming on up. We know SPRO is right around the future, or right around the corner, and we'll be all ready to rock and roll here, team. So Let's do it. Let's see what we have, and let's see where that hype is going to take us. So, SPRO, number one play. Traders, we have, again, about 3 minutes until the 8 a.m. press release wave. I'm just going to walk off the stream, get myself a quick bottle of water, and we'll be all set, ready to rock. But let's get ready to go for the 8 a.m. press release wave coming on up. Let's get ready to get after it. I'll see you guys back here in just 1 minute.
And I'll be anything you ask and more. Going, hey, it's not a miracle we needed. And no, I wouldn't let you think so. Folded, 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 folded. Folded, 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 folded.
And I wish you were here. I wish you were here. And I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Even though you're gone, you're still in my mind. Though it's been so long since you said goodbye. But every night I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Ooh, I love you when you do it like that. And when you're closer, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. So when we say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back.
When the vibes are good, the rest don't matter. Till the pain fulfilled, the glass will shatter. Let it play, 'cause you and I remain the same.
I wish you were here.
Let the soul gravitate to the love, y'all.
Killing people, dying, children hurt, and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? And would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the
And I
love?
told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And in the morning I'll be with you, but it will be a different time. 'Cause I'll be holding on to you, and I'll be holding on to
Where is the love?
Rolling the world, mama. People living like they ain't got no mama.
All right, traders. So let's get back to this right here, and let's make sure that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. If you guys have not yet, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up, as I said, over on the YouTube live stream, and we'll be all set. Scott says, Deck, when do you decide whether you grab a bounce play at 50% from the move up versus a bounce at the VWAP? I mean, the thing is, there's no specific answer. I can't say this always happens at the VWAP, this always happens after a 40% drop. You know, it's more of just getting in at an area that you feel is right and having a quick stop. You know, the thing is, I will make predictions that will be wrong. But as long as I have a quick stop loss, I'm not going to end up taking any sort of massive loss by any sort of means. A lot of times, stock trading does come down to trial and error and just accepting the fact if you are wrong, you're getting out with a limited loss. There are times that I say, hey, SPRO might bounce at the VWAP, might bounce at $2. And I get in at the VWAP and I'm right. But then maybe I get in at the VWAP, it starts falling a little bit lower, I get out, and then I retry at the $2, and then I'm right. So the thing is, it's just about waiting for, again, that right area, and if you're wrong, moving on quickly. So, traders, little heads on up. News is starting to come on out. Let's watch this to see what news is coming on out. Let's see if we get any sort of big spiker right out again, 9 a.m. AMOD, guys. AMOD just started coming out with a press release. AMOD, all eyes on this play right here and right now. The reason why I'm bringing up AMOD is because, again, it has the word crypto in it. Little heads on up right here, traders. If you scroll on down, it says AMOD allocates 25% of forward revenue into crypto assets, citing MicroStrategy leverage. Oh, guys, how often have we talked about this? Guys, take a look at this press release. It says AMOD is to allocate 25% of forward revenue into crypto assets. Didn't we go over this like in full detail before in the past? Talking about how all these companies are essentially just buying crypto and saying, oh yeah, we're doing the MicroStrategy, we're doing the same thing MicroStrategy did. Right? Look at AMOD just absolutely rip and run right now. Look at this play take on off at this moment. So AMOD at this time, traders, if this play comes back on down, I would say it's like 250, 260. I might give it a chance. See if I can get a little bit of a pullback, see if we can get a little bit of feed. All right, guys, I'm going to give this one a quick little chance, see if I can get a little dip buy out of it. So again, guys, AMOD, as long as this doesn't turn into a pump and dump, I'll give it a chance. So AMOD, Dek, where's your stop loss going to be? I'm going to give this a chance with about, what, $1,700, $1,500. $1,500 at this time. See if, again, it can get a little bounce play. If this just turns into a pump and dump, though, I got to get out and move on. I'm not doing anything more than $1,500 right here. What did I do on this? AMOD just went from $1, spiked up to $3.45. Dek, where did you just get in on this play? I got in at $2.60. Why $2.60? Because the stock was at $3.45, so I was waiting for about an 85-90 pullback. So AMOD, Dek, where's the VWAP? VWAP area is at the price of $2.40. Needs to get back above $2.40. If it can get back above $2.40, I know, again, I could trade AMOD and give this one a chance. I'm in at the price of $2.60 right now. Dek, what would be your target? Probably back up towards $3. Right now, I'm down about 15 cents on the play. I'm currently down 72 cents. You guys can see this, right? So, again, I'm watching to see if we are going to get that bounce. We need to get back above the VWAP. If it does not get back above the VWAP, I will just have to move on and get out of this play. And right now, unfortunately, it's still looking like a little bit more of that pumpy and dumpy type of play. One of the reasons why I do love shorting so much is because, again, look what happened. Big time spike, upper shadow, getting that reversal back on down. Dek, where will you get out of this play? If this one starts going underneath 210 without getting that big bounce I want, I will just move on and get out. I want to see this back above the VWAP price of 231 and start recrossing 260. So right now, again, guys, I'm down 60 cents or $60, excuse me, not 60 cents. So again, what did I do? I saw the stock spike up to 345. I waited for a monster pullback. I waited for about an 80-cent pullback over on this play and said, all right, hey, let me try to get in at a good entry. It did fall lower than what I wanted. 110%, it fell lower than what I wanted. But at the same time, if we can hold the VWAP around 240, I'm going to keep holding. If we can't hold the VWAP, I am just going to get out and keep a small loss. So right now, guys, it's fighting 240. 240 is, again, VWAP area. We got to hold 240. See if, again, we can keep going back on up towards 260 plus. If we get back above that 270 mark, we should rip back above $3. Remember, guys, AMOD is the stock that came on out with the crypto press releases. How many hot crypto press releases have we seen? So many. So many hot crypto press releases. So many hot moves like that. Right now, team, it's not holding that 240 mark. Not holding 240 the way I want it to. I'll give it a little bit of time, but if it doesn't hold 240, I'm cutting out. That's the way I do with things, guys. I don't like holding long. I don't like holding if I'm incorrect. What's your game plan, Dek? Game plan was AMOD came out with great news. AMOD was going crazy. Dek, I was looking for a dip buy and bounce play at 260 area. Why 260 area? Because, again, that was about an 85% pullback. After an 85-cent pullback, guys, starting to fade and fall, Deky's getting out. Guys, I'm getting out right now, not holding, because, again, I'm now starting to gamble. Dek, what do you mean by you starting to gamble? The thing is, the issue is, these plays are not getting big bounce plays, right? I'm not seeing a big dip. I'm not seeing a big bounce. I'm not going to hold until it goes all the way to sub $2. So again, right now, traders, I just want to show you guys my entries and exits. This is my entry. AMOD 260, 260, 260, 260. Got out at 211 right there. Now, again, why did I get out? Because I feel like I'm no longer following my game plan. What was my game plan? My game plan on AMOD was find a big spike at the time of 8 a.m. And again, if I'm late to the play, let me not buy at the top. You will never find me buying in at 350. You will never find me buying at 325. You will never find me buying at $3. The stock went on a beautiful climb and a rip and run. I waited until we came back on down near the VWAP to see if we can get a little bit of a dip buy and bounce play back on up. Unfortunately, AMOD so far has spiked straight on up and has come crashing all the way back on down. If I do not see that we have the dip that I want, if I do not see that the stock is holding on up, I could do two different options. I have two different options, traders. Number one, I sit here and I say to myself, hey, I want it to go up. Guys, at the end of the day, I'm going to be very kind of rude here in a way. The stock does not care what you want. It doesn't care what I want either. You know what's going to happen? If AMOD, if I keep on holding this play and say, well, I want it to go on up, guess what? I'm now at $2 and I'm losing. I'm now at $190 and I'm losing. I'm now at $180 and I'm losing. I'm now at $170 and I'm losing. I again lost $290. If I kept on holding, guess what? I'd be down over $600 right now. So traders, I know it's not fun to be able to just move on from a play. I know it's not fun to get out of a stock that's not paying you on out. But you know what's even more not fun is to continue to hold knowing that you're in the wrong and continue to lose and lose and lose and lose and lose, right? And the thing is, traders, I do not mind being in front of every single person right here and again taking a loss, because when I take my losses, I do it correctly. When I take a loss here, I say, hey, that's my game plan. Bounce off the VWAP, spike back up to $3. Guess what? That's not happening. I'm moving on. Because again, I think the worst thing I could do at this time is to say, hey, everyone, keep on holding. Hey, everyone, again, keep on holding onto this play. Keep on, and you just get crushed. That's not the way I want to trade. When we trade, we pull the trigger at good, credible areas. We get involved in stocks that come out with news and crypto news, and again, stock can go crazy. AMOD went on, again, a nice 100% climb. We waited for a 25% pullback or an 85-cent drop. We got filled next to the VWAP. The stock just never hold. It turned into one big pump and dump. Welcome to stock trading. And this is why, again, I do want to get myself excited and ready to rock and roll for shorting season, as we know, because a lot of these plays that spike on up, upper shadow, guess what? Turns right back on down, right? How crazy is this? I mean, even if we take a look over on AMOD right here, traders, this is another example. Another example just happened at 8 o'clock. AMOD goes on this monster spike, upper shadow forms, and a big time reversal. We have been seeing so many of these plays literally tell us upper shadow, reversals coming back on down. So you guys can see what we have right there. Keeping it small, keeping it tight, not putting myself in any sort of place. Mito, Deck, why didn't you short instead of buy? Because again, my shorting broker is not ready yet. Again, I've not, set up my shorting broker. That's all coming up in the near future, as you guys know. So again, what am I doing for anyone who's just watching, anyone who does not know? Right now, I only have about, $1,800 in my trading account. $1,800, very small amount of money, barely any sort of cash whatsoever. At this moment, I am in the midst of, again, funding my account with about $35,000. I was going to do $30,000. I think I'm going up to $35,000. So I'm, again, putting $35,000 into my brand new broker, getting ready to kind of do big, large account trading once again. So right now, traders, until that's all set, until that's all done, I'm kind of just doing smaller trades, only doing 1 to 2 trades per day, getting myself involved, alerting plays, helping out traders, and again, doing that. And then we're getting ready for our big account where I am going to probably be going against 99% of plays. Not every play. I'm not saying I'm only going to short, but I will say, look how often shorting wins. Team, can we take a second here? Which shorting of one over on SPRO? Well, SPRO had a beautiful rip. If you did short the top, obviously you're starting to fade and fall. Right now, SPRO is still trying to hold on up rather well as long as it's on the uptrend. If it cracks the VWAP, we might start fading and falling. What about SGBX though? SGBX was shorting one here. Stock got a massive spike, formed the upper shadow, and did come crashing all the way back on down. With shorting of one over on AMOD, massive spike, forms that upper shadow, starts crashing all the way back on down. With shorting of one over on BROG, stock spikes on up, forms the upper shadow. Guess what happens? Comes crashing all the way back on down. So the thing is, team, you can see where the shorts happen. You can see where the reversals happen. I'm telling you right now, the odds will be in your favor to win on the short side. Zach Hopper, Deck, what is your shorting broker? Can't tell you yet. Can't tell you yet. Don't worry. It's coming on up. I can't tell you just yet. So can't tell you yet just because, again, we're finalizing absolutely everything. And I don't want to, again, have you guys bum rush into them without, again, me being all set, ready to rock and roll. But it will be coming on up. But as I already told you guys, for anyone who has never shorted before, for anyone who has never gone after these plays before, you do need specific broker. You do need a specific, short locates, they call it. And again, I've talked to a broker where they said, we are going to get you shorts on nearly every single stock you want to go against. If it's AMOD, you can go against it. SPRO, you can go against it. SGBX, you can go against it. Then on top of that, give you 50% off on your commissions. On top of that, give you a free platform to trade with. So basically, guys, you're not going to be paying any commissions whatsoever. You guys are just going to make your money off shorting. That's going to be great. Like, I love how there's barely any fees. You guys are, it's going to be all set, ready to go. So right now, traders, we basically just still have SPRO. AMOD tried. But again, I'm happy we moved on from that. Happy we cut out of that. Not going to put myself in any sort of position. Hurricane saying, Deck, how often Are you streaming here over on YouTube? I am streaming on YouTube, guys, until we kick off the large account. Until we kick off the large account, guys. And I will give you guys the starting date of the large account coming on up. So just a little heads on up. I am going to be streaming on YouTube every single day until we kick off the large account. I've also, again, made this post here where I said over on Twitter, and I will say right now, you guys showed some absolute love. I said for every 100 likes this post get, I will stream all of my trading every day to the public. 100 likes equals 1 day. 200 likes equals 2 days. Right now, you guys have put it at 1,100 likes. So to be frank with you, that's 11 days that you guys have put it at so far. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we basically have this week and next week of, again, free trading for you over on YouTube. If you guys are, again, want to watch and enjoy and, jump on these alerts, be part of our community. So, again, right now, you guys are showing some love. 40,000 views over on this. You guys are absolutely crushing it. So that's going to be coming on up here. Don't you guys worry. And again, right now, as I said, right now is small account trading. Right now is baby trading. I only have, $2,000 in my Lightspeed account, $2,000 in my Lightspeed account that I'm using just at this moment to kind of trade, stay loose, stay ready until we get that big account set on up. But let me ask you guys a question. When I again tell the whole reason, and again, not even a question, I guess here, but the reason why, and I'm going to be very honest with you, the reason why I've worked so hard to be able to find a broker that's going to give us all the shorts that we want, to give you guys free platform, to give you guys discounts on commissions, is because I want to make sure that every single trade that I make, you guys can do it with me. I don't want any person to say, oh, Dek made 10 grand today. Dek made $20,000 that month, and I wasn't able to because my broker didn't allow me. The reason why I've been working so hard, working on deals and talking to different brokers and talking to different CEOs is because I want to make sure that if you guys are entering this shorting challenge with me, if you guys are entering the big investments, the big trades, the big $100,000 months, every single person has no reason, no brokerage to hold them on back. I want to make sure that you are getting the best discounts, the best shorting locates, the best opportunity where we all move together. That's so important to me, guys. It really is. So I just want to make that clear. I do want to make this clear for every single trader. With every short that I get involved in on the large account, you will be able to do it with me. With every trade that we make, you will be beside me, not behind me, not after me, but right next to me. The reason why I work so hard for the last 2.5, 3 weeks trying to find the best broker possible is, number one, I don't want your fees to get eaten up by commissions. I don't want you to make a profit and all of a sudden, poof, it's gone. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that every single trade that we get involved in, we can short a stock. Nothing is worse than seeing a massive breakout saying this stock is going to come crashing all the way back on down. And then all of a sudden, guess what? You try to short it and it says, oops, no shorts available. I wanted to make sure that wasn't happening. I wanted to make sure that no matter how much money that I make coming on up, you can match me. Because again, your broker didn't have any sort of limitations. So the broker that I'm using coming on up, every single person can use it. Every single person can get involved in it. Every single person will have the same deals. Every single person will have the same commissions. Every single person will have the same short locates that I have. I have no advantage over you. I'm doing everything in real time, giving you guys the best thing that no one else has ever offered before. So let's get excited about that. I'm pumped and I'm ready to rock and roll. I'll give you guys the more details coming up on that here in the near future as well. So, I mean, I know I'm teasing it a little bit, but it's just because it's so huge. It's so amazing. Benja, say, Dek, why did you stop trading your big account? That's a great question as well. People always ask that. Dek, I'll get this question. I'll get this question every now and then. And it's a valid question. People come up to me and say, Dek, if you made so much money in 2021 shorting, why did you stop doing it? Why did you stop trading your big account? Why did you stop doing this or that if you were making so much money? Valid question. Now, I'm just going to be fully transparent. I'm going to be fully vulnerable right here. Number one is back in 2022, the stock market started fading and falling and crashing. You guys can go over and take a look at the S&P 500 if you guys weren't here. But back in 2022, the market was slow. It faded for about 8 months, and we just didn't see as much activity. And a lot of the plays that I would used to look for just weren't moving as much. So again, what did I do? I took that time to more do education. I took that time more to do small account challenges. I took that time to learn more about options trading. And then I really wanted to focus more on the community at that, helping out newer traders just starting on off using that slow time. Then after that slow time ended, I started jumping into option trades. Then after that, I started doing some small account challenges. And I think right now, it kind of got to a point that It was just like so much time has passed that I kind of just even forgot about it in a way, where I was more focusing on education and being able to grow Tradecaster and be able to help you guys on out, where I just have to take a step back and say, wait a minute, right? Let's do what, again, made me where I am at in the first place. Let's go back to large trading. Let's go back to, again, the crazy psychopath days in a way. Let's go back to shirt ripping, keyboard throwing, underwear wearing, jumping out of windows and going absolutely insane. I'm talking about money sweating down the forehead and, again, rubbing into our, let's go. Like, I'm pumped. So the thing is, it's a great question if anyone says, well, why'd you stop shorting in the first place? To be frank with you, it just came on down to 2022 was just so damn slow. Then I kind of shifted focus more into teaching, shifting focus and trying to learn maybe something else, option trading, shifting focus into doing small account challenges, shifting focus and try to helping you guys on out, shifting focuses and trying to grow new businesses and new ideas. Where now, again, it's kind of coming on down to like, hey, this market's coming back up towards highs. Hey, guess what? Trump is in office. We know we have a lot of volatility. Hey, guess what? We're starting to see a lot of big time spikes every single day. Let's go ahead and get back to, again, the craziness. Let's get back into the wildness. And that's why, again, I want to make this such a big thing and so exciting for everyone that we're going back to the craziness here. So if you guys were with me a few years back, you can vouch me making crazy money. And I cannot wait to do that once again. To CK saying, Deck, is the prop firm in your description legit? I'm planning to sign on up. So the thing is, what, One Stop Prop? I will say this, okay? This is, again, what I will say about One Stop Prop. One Stop Prop, I have been using them for about the past month and a half now, 2 months. I am not a prop firm trader. I am more just learning about the prop firm game at this moment. Now, I have been using One Stop Prop for about the past month and a half, 2 months now, and I will say I've had no issues with anything whatsoever. I will say every time that I've found any sort of issue or any single time a trader or a member said, hey, Deck, this seems weird or off, we've contacted them and they've given us an explanation. Anytime that we needed anything, they have hit us on up and said, hey, we can, again, make sure that we have that happen. So, while I cannot speak about every single, whatever part of every single business, what I can say is that, again, when I have been using One Stop Prop over the past month and a half, they have been nothing but extraordinary, exceptional, and have been great to me in every single way. They have been having great customer service. They have done payouts to, again, members who have made money. They have been able to have great challenges and have been able to give us great discounts. So in that manner, they have reached and have exceeded every single expectation that I've had. But we can definitely get into some prop firm trading today as well and get ready to rock and roll. So we, again, getting after it over on One Stop Prop today. Go ahead and try to make some money over on the prop firm. And that's something that we can definitely do today as well. Do some prop firm trading and getting ourselves ready to go. But I will say this, I have not had one issue while using them in any sort of way at all. So 100%, guys. But no, I do not have any sort of ownership in One Stop Prop in any sort of way. I do not own a prop firm in any sort of way. But I will say they reached out, said, hey, Deck, do you want to get involved in prop firm trading? And I have had nothing but good things to say about them so far. Right now, 819 in the market. 819 in the market at this moment, traders. Still waiting to see, can we get a little bit of that big time breakout? Guys, a little ASBP action. Trying to slowly move itself on up. Over on ASBP. 819 in the market here, traders. Let's see, how is the SPY looking today? SPY, S&P 500, back above 590s. Okay. Back above 590s. You know, there was a time that I honestly get very excited when the markets fall. And the reason why, again, I would get so excited when the markets fall is because I really didn't have too much long-term investments. Now, again, I have a very large portfolio of long-term investments. And, you know, I would rather not have the market drop, right? So seeing the market go up even higher and higher and higher, and I've showed this to you guys before. This is, and I don't think you guys can see it. Maybe if I get really close to the camera. These are all of my current positions. They're not all of them. This is actually just part of them, like NST. What's that? VST, excuse me. VST isn't showing up on this piece of paper that we have right here. Palantir, just because, again, it's a little bit, but I can show you the very beginning here. Will this focus? I don't know if this will focus here, but focus! Okay, that is just not focusing in any sort of way. But what this is actually just an account statement from my long-term investments. I think I actually have a saved picture of this, right? I took a picture of it once. But these are all my long-term investments at this time. And having all my long-term investments right here, really nice for you guys to be able to see and check them on out. If anyone has that photo that I've posted a few times of all my long-term investments, go ahead and you guys can post them in chat. I just always like to do that because obviously so many people hit me on up and they always say, oh, Dek, what are the long-term investments you have? But unfortunately, it's just like with the camera and everything, it's just not showing it. But I'm in on about how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 12 different stocks or long-term plays. And again, I speak with my financial advisor about my retirement. And this is always a funny question people always ask. They always say, Dek, they say this, if you're so great at stock trading, if you are so great at stock trading, why do you have a financial advisor? Right? It's like, guys, why does Tiger Woods have a putting coach? Why does Tom Brady have a throwing coach? Why does, whoever, let's just say LeBron James, why does he have a physical trainer? Well, the thing is, guys, hey, I consider myself a great stock trader. I consider myself knowing a lot more above average of, let's say, the average investor. I believe that I do have an amazing education. I believe I'm very talented in the stock market. I believe I have a certain eye to be able to see certain stocks. But if, again, I can speak to someone who knows, again, also a lot about stocks, why not hear their opinions? Why not, again, hear, oh, wow, this guy's been doing retirement accounts for the last 25 years. I'm a day trader. I want to hear his thoughts. I want to hear his opinions. I am not going to have an ego on the fact that I sit around and say, oh, I'm the best ever. I'm not. I'm not the best ever in the world. There are, again, millions of people out there, millions of traders out there. I want to hear from other people. I want to hear about other people's thoughts. I want to hear on what they think is the best way to retire and have, again, long-term trades and such. So the thing is, I can bring my input, but I want to hear other people. I want to be a sponge. I want to be a student. I want to be able to learn. That's one of the greatest things about being here right now over on YouTube and having the YouTube chat. Or again, being on Tradecaster with our thousands of members. The reason why, again, I love live streaming is because guess what? When I attract other great live streamers or other great traders or other great investors, and they're, again, part of Tradecaster, and they say, hey, Dek, check out this play for a long-term investor or a long-term investment. I love it. I get to, again, be a student to you. I know, again, you look at me and you're like, oh, Dek teaches me how to trade. But I love being able to hear about your plays and why you do them. What your thoughts are. Because, again, I don't have an ego saying, oh, anything you guys say is, again, awful and everything I say is great. No, I want to be a student to you if you are, again, specializing in a certain field. So when it comes down to, again, my retirement account, I listen to my financial advisor, someone who's been doing it for a long time and saying, hey, Dek, if you invest this, you're 31 years old right now. That's how old I am. I'm 31. They say by the time you're about 50, you'll have about $4 million. You could retire probably at that area. So you're telling me, again, in 14 years, right? Not 14 years, bad math. In about 19 years, hey, I just follow the game plan. I invest now. I put in money now. I'll be able to invest. I'll be able to, retire at the age of 50. I'll be able to retire maybe at the age of 45, whatever it may be. I do not want to be, and I'm going to be frank with you guys, I love what I do, but I don't want to be someone who is 78 years old and still having to go to a 9-to-5. I don't want to be someone who is 80 years old and saying, oh man, I got to work until the day I die. I want to make sure I'm setting myself up for success, just like everyone else does. And I think that is honestly one of the biggest things people are going to regret. I see it happen all the time. I see people on Instagram and I see kids that are now younger than me that are, again, 25 years old, 20 years old, 22 years old that do great. And you know what? They're buying a Lamborghini and whatnot. And I can't even, get mad at them. Guess what? I bought a Lamborghini too when I started making some money. But as I've gotten a little bit older, I realized, man, you know what? It is great when you're making money in the market. It's great when you're doing whatever you're doing and you're making cash, but you just want to put money away. You don't want to be blowing things on depreciating assets. And I know a lot of people who have made a lot of money right now, which is great, but then again, they're buying all these kind of crazy bags and shoes and cars and this and that. And the thing is, they really have to just say, hey, I can buy a bag after I put whatever X amount of money into a retirement account. I can buy that bag or that car, but I really should probably put some money over in this investment. I could buy that bag or car, but I probably should put some money into this dividends. I could buy a bag or car, but maybe I want to start saving up for, again, this long-term investment for, again, maybe this Airbnb or this real estate. The thing is, traders, I see no nice car in my future. I don't. Like right now, I see no nice car in my future. The reason why is because all the money that I make right here, number one, it goes to paying off my mortgage over at the Utah Airbnb. Number two, I want to make sure, again, I have all my taxes all set and all good. I want to make sure they're all paid. Number three, I want to make sure, again, any funds, I can go ahead and put it over in my long-term investment, my 401k, right? Anything else, I want to make sure that I'm saving on up and having cash flow. I want to make sure that I'm not basically being, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, I don't want to be broke rich. What's broke rich? Broke rich is you make $200,000 and then you spend $200,000 on a Lamborghini. Now you have a Lamborghini with $0 in your bank account. You know what I mean? So many people are like broke rich, where they look rich, but it's like, oh wow, you must be so rich. But it's like you just spent all the money to now look rich and you have no money on your bank account. I don't want that. I don't care. I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy at this point that wears sweatpants and like just like a white t-shirt. And people are like, oh yeah, just like a normal dude. But I have like $30 million in the bank. Like that's what I want. Like I want to be the person that like no one knows of, and it's just like, what the heck does that guy do? Oh yeah, and that's what I'm going for. Honestly, as I've gotten a little bit older, I'm kind of swaying complete opposite of being like, oh, I want to be the star of the show. I want to be, again, in the background, just enjoying some time, going on a hike with my fiance and my German Shepherd, playing 18 holes, and again, making money in the stock market without anyone even knowing. Living a little Batman style, right? Having money in the bank and just enjoying life underneath in the shadows. But I want to make sure, if you guys are at the age right now of 22, 23, 25, 30, even 35, 40, and you do not have a retirement account set up right now, please, 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 please do it. And I know it's annoying where, again, you say, oh, wow, hey, I saved up $10,000. I really want to do this or this or this. Put it into that retirement account, because you do not want to be 64, 65 years old and saying, okay, I want to retire, and there's no money there, right? You want to make sure when you get to 60s or 70s or even high 50s, you can retire. So the thing is, set that on up. And even if you just do small little increments, $100 a month to it, it's going to build on up. By the time you're 65, 70, you're going to say, wow, hey, I have 50 grand in here. Hey, wow, I have $100,000 in here. Wow, I have $1 million. Hey, wow, whatever you can contribute. But again, slowly start doing that. So many people get lost in the sauce nowadays of social media that, again, you're blowing your money on stupid stuff. So right now here, traders, 8:28 in the market. We got about 2 minutes until, again, we got our next hot press release. Next hot press release. So far, AMOD was that quick little spike and just came crashing all the way back on down. Hot garbage, baby. Right now, we got 1 minute. I will say this, team. My fun fact of life, as you guys know, is I never had coffee. I never tasted coffee in my life. Never had one cup. Never had one sip of coffee. But I still have had energy drinks before, right? Like energy drinks. I still drink those every now and then. I will say, C4s are my absolute favorite. These things are so damn good. They just taste good. They taste good. They make you feel a little funny. I love them. They taste so good to me. If any C4 representative is watching right now, please sponsor my live stream and send me a bajillion of these. I only drink one a day. One a day is my max. I will not have 2 or 3 or 5. I'm not a psycho like that. But I do enjoy just having one, going to go lift, getting a little bit of those tingles. You know what I mean? But man, these things are so damn tasty. If they didn't make them so tasty, I wouldn't like them. But they're just so dang tasty. All right, guys, we got, again, 20 seconds here. 20 seconds here until we have news. Now, again, all you guys have to do right here, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller right now. Watch the news come on out, okay? So I'm making myself a little bit smaller. And let's see what we have here. Kyle, C4, have you tried the other pre-workouts? Of course I have. Again, the best one is the C4 Jolly Ranchers. Those are insane. They're so good. We're getting a little crazy now. Let's see what we got at 8:30. 8:30 right now. All right, here comes the news. Let's see if we can find anything big. Let's see if we find anything solid. Let's see if anything can come on up here. Come on now. Come on now. We want to look for that hot keyword. What we're basically looking for is anything in gold. Okay, guys? That's awarded. SILC was awarded $4 million. So let's see here. SILC awarded. We'll see if that one can maybe get a little bit of hype. When you get awarded $4 million, it's like you earned $4 million. Let's see if anything else comes on out here big. SPRO. SPRO is still holding the VWAP, guys. Again, SPRO does not have any sort of news right now, but it's still holding the VWAP. It's still a slow and steady grinder. Oops, I didn't mean to change that. Did I do something weird there? I think I did do something weird there. Is that how it is? I think it's like that. So right now we're still watching to see if we get any sort of crazy news, crazy ripping, or crazy running. Right now, traders SPRO still again watching for that hype and momentum. Oh, that's what I did. I changed it. I put the news over here. So right now, traders, stay smart. Don't put yourself in any sort of bad position right now. It does not look like we have anything taking on off at this exact moment. Let's see here. ASBP. ASBP, a little bit tinier. AM Trader, I appreciate you. DKS, Deck taking the dump off those highs. Dick's Sporting Goods. SILC, $4 spread. Be careful over on SILC. Yeah, so again, that's not moving at this moment. It doesn't seem like we have anything at 8:30 just yet. It seems like the number one top gainer we're all aware of. Number one top gainer, 248% gain over on SPRO. SGBX right here, fading on down. ASBP, a little bit of a spike, starting to drop and get a little bit of that fade right now. BROG, no. Guys, it really is the SPRO party. Right now, it is clearly the SPRO party. We are looking to see if SPRO is going to be able to squeeze, if SPRO is going to be able to continue to push itself on up, and if SPRO is going to be able to get that big time hype and momentum. Is there anything else that we need to be aware of? Other than that, we just have to be aware of that Nvidia has earnings tonight. This is from CNBC. It says rebound. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 both snapped a 4-day losing streak on Tuesday as the EU tariff delay boosted markets. The Dow added 740 points or 1.78%, while the S&P 500 climbed 2.05%. More than 9 out of the 10 S&P 500 stocks were higher. The Nasdaq Composite had even a better day, popping 2.47% as tech stocks like Tesla saw outsized gains. Investors are waiting for Nvidia's earnings results to be released after the market closes. So, traders, little heads on up for you guys. S&P 500, keeping our eyes peeled, watching to see if this one can move itself on up. But yesterday, the European taxes were delayed for about, I think another 45 days. And the S&P 500 saw it as a positive note. What's next in track? We want to see if we can get back up towards around that 600 area. Get back up near 600. That's where things are going to be crazy. That's where things are going to be amazing. Right now, though, traders, it does come on down to, can SPRO hold its gains? Traders, at this time, I want to give everyone a quick little 15-minute break. Make sure that you guys are all set, and then let's kick off the day in full force in about 15 minutes. So in about 15 minutes, we're going to kick off this day in full force. I want everyone to take a quick little, get your cup of coffee, get your C4, go walk your dog, whatever you guys need to do, and then we'll be all back ready to rock and roll and getting this party started the way we should. All right. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this morning so far, we've been crushing it for the last hour straight. If you guys are enjoying this morning, smash that thumbs on up right here and right now. Get excited. We'll jump back on the mic in about 15 minutes and go over this entire day looking for some more trades and looking for some more alerts, helping you guys out grow and making sure that you guys are all set. Get pumped. Get excited. Let's do it, traders. I'll see everyone back in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We got a big day ahead. Let's do it, traders.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming.
You can drive all night, looking for the answers in the pouring rain. You want to find peace of mind, looking for the answers.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
Cut it. Them bricks are way too high, you need to cut it. Don't call price is way too high, you need to cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
Y'all shouldn't have let the world gas me. It's too late, cause I'm here to stay.
I heard it took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. Guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. You're still a traitor. But you're still a traitor.
The game she plays to say I want something else to get me through this semi-dark kind of life. Baby, baby, I want something else. I'm not listening when you say
I know I'm fucked up, I'm just a loser. Shouldn't be with ya. Guess I'm a quitter while you're out there drinking. I'm just a thinking about where I should have been. I've been lonely.
One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told.
Super lonely.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel
Super lonely.
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Now, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
They've been talking about the way I do what I do. They heard I was good, they wanna see if it's true. They know you're the one I wanna give it to. I can see you want me too. Now it's me and you. Now I've been waiting.
I think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound?
I don't know shit about fun.
yeah. Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, and do your job. Berg is the name, been ballin' to the chain. Phone up for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Lamborghini chain, rest in peace, I'm my superior. Every man is like a feed a village in Liberia. DMC taking pictures, post my hysteria. Mama see me all BT and start tearing up. I'm start killing niggas, how'd you get that tripe? I attended Harlem picnics where you risk your life. Uncle used to skim work, selling nicks at night. I was only 8 years old, watching Nick at night. Uncle's like a was in that bathroom, fucking. Knife to his neck, hope daddy don't cut him. Suicidal thoughts brought to me with no advisory. He was bitching, tell me selling beans, now ivory.
225
be sedated. Nothing to do, no way to go home. I won't be sedated. Just get me to the airport, put me on a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go insane. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. Oh no, oh, 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 oh.
He was playing games, got you dancing in the middle of the club. Got you dancing in the middle of the club. I know what you chasing, you can only get this feeling from a thug. You can only get this feeling from a thug. Tears falling and it's licking your cup. All you really want is love. Baby, all you really want is love. Only talk to bosses independent, can't be fucking with a scrub. Girl, I know you can't be fucking with a scrub.
I wanna be sedated.
I don't really care if you cry. I don't really shouldn't have a lie. Should've saw the way she looked me at my eyes. She said, baby, I am not afraid to die. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge.
Babe, I'm wrong. Should've done better than this. Please, I'll be strong. I'm finding it hard to resist.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
Save me, I'm lost. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for you.
No woman, no cry.
Show me what I'm looking for. Show me what I'm looking for.
No woman, no cry.
Is that sun, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes.
Why you not here with me? Can you break bread with me? Why you switch phone numbers like clothes? Why you can't answer me? Yeah, cause I got more. Why you not here with me? Can you break bread with me? Why you switch phone numbers like clothes? Why you can't answer me?
And I'm not forgiving, love away, but I want someone love me. I need someone needs me. Cause it don't feel right when it's late at night. It's just me and my dreams. So I want someone love. That's what I fucking want. These days are way too lonely. I'm missing out, I know. These days are way too alone. And I'm not forgiving, love away, but
Why you not here with me? Can you break bread with me? Why you switch phone numbers like clothes? Why you can't answer me?
that's what I fucking want.
Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone.
Why you always wanna act like lovers, but you never wanna be each other's? I said don't look back, but I go right back in. All of a sudden I'm hypnotized. You're the one that I can't deny. Every time that I say I'm gonna walk away, you turn me on like a light switch when you're moving your body around and around. Now I don't wanna fight this. You know how to just make me want you to turn me on like a light switch when you're moving your body around and around. You got me in a tight grip. You know how to just make me want you, baby.
Take a sip of my secret potion. I'll make you fall in love. First vow that can't be broken. One drop should be enough. Boy, you belong to me. I got the recipe and it's one like magic.
Who do you think you are? I am.
There is superstition, writings on the wall.
got to do with it.
I hate college, but love all the parties. Finishing cakes and crushing bottles of Bacardi. King of the class, I'd rather lay up with a hottie. Single doesn't mean I'm looking for somebody. Some say the drink lays up for hardly. Popping PK, ski a little bit of Molly. Had my on my mind, most people say probably. But I've been on my grind, puffing under that Cali.
Street in the rain, come on. Ready to let it go. Shimmy, shimmy, go up, listen to it. Light it up and take a puff, that's it to me now. Going down, down, baby. No street in the rain, ready to let it go. Shimmy, shimmy, go up, light it up, take a puff, pass it to me now.
Got to do it, got to do with it. Got to do with it.
Don't be a baby, remember what you told me. Shut up and put your money where your mouth is. That's what you get for waking up in Vegas. Get up and shake the glitter off your clothes now. That's what you get for waking up in Vegas. So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang. Let's go out with a bang.
Here we go. They won't see us waiting from such great eyes. Come down now. They'll say that everything looks perfect from far away. Come down now. You're gonna die, clown. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You are my universe, and I just wanna put you first. You are my universe, and you know my right desire. Here we go.
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, in America too. She's a good girl, is crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and her boyfriend too.
Easy on me, baby. I was still a child. Didn't get the chance to. I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. Go easy on me. Singing, I love rock and roll. Put another time in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me. I love rock and roll. Put another time in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me.
Fight so dirty, but your love so sweet. Talk so pretty, but your heart got teeth. Late night devil, put your hands on me. And never, 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 ever let go. Come on. Shawty had them apple bottom jeans with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, Shawty got low. Fight so dirty, been on Reeboks with the strap. Talk so pretty, and every booty is fine. Booty is fine. Booty is fine.
Drop it to the floor, make that ass shake. Whoa, make the ground move, that's an ass quake. Build a house up on that ass, that's an ass state.
some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
I'm a little unsteady, a little unsteady. You say you love me, but I don't care. That I move my hand on the same word you told me that he fucked you. You think it's so easy, fucking with my feelings. I got one coming over your heart right now, one right now.
To decide that the things that I tried were in my life just to get high on. When I sit alone, come get a little known, but I need more than myself this time. Step from the road to the sea to the sky, and I do believe that we rely on. When I lay it on, come get to play it on, all my life to sacrifice. Hey, oh, listen what I say.
Living in this big blue world, my head up in outer space. I know I'll be okay. I know I'll be okay. And I still come my way. I'll be making lemonade. I know I'll be okay. I know I'll be okay.
Hey, oh, listen what I say.
I know I'll be okay.
I got your hey, oh, listen what I say.
I tried to do handstands for you, I tried to do headstands for you. Every time I fell on you, yeah, every time I fell. I tried to do handstands for you, but every time I fell for you, I'm permanently black and blue, permanently blue for you.
How many times can I break till I shatter? Over the line, can't define what I'm after. I always turn the car around.
Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
And it really makes me wonder if I ever gave a fuck about you. Give me something to believe in, cause I don't believe in you anymore. I wonder if it even makes a difference to try. Yeah, so this is goodbye.
I don't know what you've been told, but this guy where I can't go. Though yeah, that is where I'm gonna be, because I wanna be. Well, I don't wanna sit still, look pretty. You get hot, running like 2-5, dream of picket fences and trophy wives, but no, I'm never gonna be, cause I don't wanna be. Well, I don't wanna sit still, look pretty.
And it really makes me wonder if I ever gave a fuck about you.
I'm never gonna be, cause I don't wanna be. Well, I don't wanna sit still, look pretty.
I wonder if it even makes a difference to try. Yeah, so this is goodbye.
Cause baby, when you left, I lost a part of me. It's still so hard to believe. Come back, baby, please, cause we belong together.
Well, I'm hot-blooded, check it and see. I got a fever of 103. Come on, baby, do you do more than dance?
Who else am I gonna lean on when time gets up? Who's gonna talk to me when the sun comes up? Who's gonna take your place? There ain't nobody there. Oh, baby, we belong together. Come on, time.
A fuck nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A bitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Sneak this up, that's that shit I don't like.
That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way. AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time day
Now
trader.
we're currently up
even with
$2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this, go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby. Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic.
Cause I'm just a girl, a little lonely. Well, don't let me out of your sight. Oh, I'm just a girl.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting back into the party. We're getting back here right now. And we got to see, of course, what we have. It is currently 9 a.m. this morning. We've already gone an entire hour and 15 minutes or so going over a lot of hot plays. But I know right now is like the official kickoff. I mean, I don't know. The official kickoff for me is at 7 a.m. in the morning. I put up the live stream, for those who do not know, over on Tradecaster. I put up the live stream every single morning at around 6:20 a.m. I wake up, I come on over, I put up the live stream. And the reason why I put it up so early is just in case anything goes crazy in pre-market. Just in case we see a big-time spike or rip or run. Just in case any sort of hot news for our early bird traders, the people that are waking up and saying, hey, Dek, I want to make money before the stock market opens. I want to make sure that you guys are fully prepared. Now, that's the thing about the stock trading. And again, I've said this before. You want to wake up before everyone else does. The new trader, I'm going to say, the average trader, says, all right, 9 o'clock, set my alarm. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have 30 minutes until the stock market opens. Guys, that's wrong. I will tell you right now, the majority of money is made before the stock market even opens. SPRO came on out with a press release at 7 a.m., went from 70 cents and spiked up towards $3, right? AMOD this morning, stock went from $1, spiked up to $3.50, went from $3.50 back up towards $1.50. Right? SGN here. SGN has gone from, again, 79 cents and has spiked all the way up towards $3.43. So the thing is, like, if you actually want to make money in the stock market, you need to wake up before everyone else does. You know, you got to be aware of what is actually the hot plays, what is actually the hot movers, the ones that are actually making traders money. Because the thing is, team, if you are looking at the news scanners, if you are, of course, aware, you are going to be done before anyone even wakes up. Imagine if you saw SGN at the time of 8:45 this morning, right? SGN came out with a press release talking about having an agreement. Agreement comes on out. SGN goes from 80 cents. Then it starts spiking, then starts moving, then all the way up to $2, now all the way up to $3. SGN's the number one best mover as of now. SGN's the number one best climber. You guys just need to be aware, and it's so simple. It's so easy. You guys ready for this? News comes out every 30 minutes in the stock market. 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's what happens. Now, every now and then, you might even get a couple of little press releases every 15 minutes. 7 o'clock, 7:15, 7:30, 7:45, 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45. So it's almost like every 30 minutes, or every 15 minutes, at least just keep your eyes over on the news scanner here. So as you guys know, I always filter it out to just do lower floats. But what can you guys see? Well, if you guys are looking at the news scanner at the time of 8:45, guess what? 8:45 happens. SGN comes. 3-star press release. 3-star press release states right here that we have a definitive agreement. So we do have a 3-star press release. We do have a definitive agreement. We do have the stock again talking about crypto right here, right? We know crypto plays have been very hot. We know crypto plays have been very wild, right? We've talked about this in, step after day after day after day. It doesn't matter. We saw a crypto press release. What was it? Yesterday. I forget what stock it was. But, we basically the big ones were JNVR. JNVR stated, we're going to take our profits and we're going to put it over to Solana. We also saw CEP. CEP said, we're going to take our profits and we're going to put them over into Bitcoin. And what does MSTR do? MSTR, again, their whole company is we take all of our profits and we put them over to Bitcoin. And today we have a press release right now over on SGN. And SGN is basically talking about, let's see what it is. It's going to be something about that. It's a signing day sports transaction and definitive agreement with blockchain, a profitable data hosting company, proposes engaged in crypto mining. So again, crypto, again, very hot. Didn't we see the press release on AMOD this morning? I believe that's, I want to say, was it 8 o'clock or 8:30 here? AMOD did go all the way from around $1 all the way up to $3.40 before it came crashing on down, where it says AOMD is going to allocate 25% of its revenue into crypto assets, doing what MicroStrategy does. So again, AMOD this morning also had a very big crazy spike from $1.20 all the way up to $3.50, right back down towards $1.50. Massive spike up, massive spike on down. But traders, really the big thing that you always need to understand is it is a game of first come, first serve. I want to again just give you guys the blunt, honest truths. I'm not again trying to lie to you. I'm not trying to be like, oh, hey, go around this, buy this course. No, I'm just being straight up with you. I'm telling you right now, if you want to make money in the stock market, you must be the first person to get involved in these plays. The only way to be a first is, of course, by having the right equipment, being able to watch the news every single day. It's really the magic formula in stock trading. Understand what makes a stock spike. A stock spikes because number one, it has news. Number two, it has big volume. Number three, it has credibility. So, and a low float. So what we have here, number one, news. Number 2, volume. Number 3, float. If you have news, you have a reason to buy it. If you have float or a low float, you have, again, a low supply. And if you have volume, you have a high demand. Let's take a look over on AMOD first. AMOD, this was a stock. Does it have a low float? It's about 8 million in float. Does it have a reason to buy it? AMOD came out with a crypto press release this morning. And did it have big volume? Absolutely. The stock went on a big time rip and run. AMOD says, again, they're going to be allocating 25% of their assets into crypto. Guess what happened? Stock went on a crazy rip and run. Our number one top gainer right now, which is, of course, at 8:45 this morning, 8:45 a.m., SGN came out with an agreement with crypto mining. Is it credible? Is there, again, a press release? Yes, there's a reason to buy it. Is this stock a lower float play? It's 8 million in float. And does SGN have big volume? You tell me. SGN going all the way from 77 cents up towards around $3. The longer you wait to trade in the stock, the more risk you're going to have. The higher a stock is, the more risk there is going to be coming back on down. The longer you wait, the longer you wait, the worse, again, the idea is going to be of getting involved in that play. It is all about getting involved in pre-market, jumping in on these plays, and making sure that you're all set, ready to go. Now, again, so many people say, oh, Dek, I don't know how to trade in pre-market. I didn't even know you could get involved in pre-market. The thing is, guys, pre-market is so simple to get involved in. All you have to do is just go to ARCA LS. Or just go to ARCA. Mine is ARCA LS because that's light speed. But if you guys just change your market to ARCA, now you can trade from 4 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. Boom, problem solved. So the thing is, guys, very simple. Be in a limit order, being on ARCA or EXT if you have EXT, extended traded hours. And again, you guys will be done trading before, again, the majority of the market even opens. Before, again, the majority of traders even wake on up. Isn't that a crazy thing, guys? Hey, hot news comes on out before the morning, right? Before the morning market. So why would you not want to be trading with all this craziness? Why would you not want to be trading during this hot time? Why would you not want to be trading during the time that the majority of traders are making money? So SGN right here, let's just be aware of this, okay? Let's just see what we have with SGN. We know this credibility. Let's try to break down this chart now, okay? Now, SGN, when we break down this chart, what are we seeing? We do see that we have higher lows, right? Right now, we do have a higher low setup. The stock is definitely still building higher lows. But again, more than that, it's kind of like we have our bottom VWAP area, 256. More than that, we do have our $3 main support line back here. So I'm going to put in some light support. Now, light support, which means it could hold on up, but it may not be the bottom area. $3 is going to be good. $3 is a natural whole number. It's some old spiking highs. It's also, again, a little bit of dip buys. If it goes underneath $3, you're going to have a little bit of stronger support back on down towards around this 280 mark. So let's put this in a little bit of a darker blue here, right? 280 is, again, some old upper shadows where this dip buy and bounce at the very beginning at 280. And then last but not least, you are going to have the VWAP. The VWAP area is going to be right around 260, 265. And this is going to be the strongest support area you can get. As you guys can imagine, the lower you go on down, the better opportunity of a bounce play back on up. The lower you fall, that more opportunity that traders are now going to see this as a good dip buying opportunity. Doing dip buys right next to the high of the day is high risk. The pro is you're going to guarantee yourself getting filled. If I put a limit order right now at the price of $260, I might not get filled. There's a chance that SGN hits $3, bounces up to $4. There's a chance that happens. There's a chance that SGN is going to fall back down to 280 and I have an entry at 260 and I don't get filled. The pro about getting filled at $3 is you're in. And anything above $3, you make money. The con about getting filled at $3 is that the stock is already up 270%. And again, the stock could come crashing all the way back on down. Traders, let's just think about this for a second, right? Let's not be naive here for a moment. Why am I getting ready to go ahead and short? No, honestly, let me ask you this question. Why am I so excited to get involved in shorts? And the reason is because I know that 99.9% of these stocks are going to end up falling back on down. When we see top gainers, the new beginner rookie trader says, wow, a stock's up 270%. I can't wait to buy it. When in reality, you're up 270%. The stock is getting ready to fade and fall and drop and probably dump on a majority of traders. The thing is, team, let me ask you guys a question. SGN, does it have an opportunity to fade all the way back down to $2 today? Absolutely. What happened with SGBX today? SGBX, what did this stock do? If we take a look, let's go back to about a 10-minute time frame. Didn't SGBX this morning go on a massive spike on up and then just give back all of its gains? Yeah. What about AMOD? What did AMOD do this morning? AMOD, we take a look over on this play. Didn't this stock go on a massive spike this morning and then give back all of its gains? Yeah. What did we see again nearly every single day on all the previous top gainers? Don't we see stocks again go on big rips and runs and then basically give back all of their gains? Like, take a look at ASBP this morning. Didn't the stock go on a big time rip and run and then give back all of its gains? Yeah. So again, the thing is, traders, why not have the answers given to us? Everyone always wants to say, hey, Dek, what's the best top gainer of the day? What's the next stock? What's the 1 out of 10,000 plays is going to be the best ripper and runner and spiker? And I can give you that answer. The answer is you got to watch the news. And as long as you watch the news, you'll be able to find it. But the answer is on what's the best short is what's the top gainer on the day? The number one top gainer on the day, a stock that is only, again, $3 that has just spiked up 270%, is most likely a stock that's going to be giving back the majority of its gains. Let's go back to a weekly or monthly chart over on SGN. What has SGN done in its lifetime? Well, this stock has gone from $240 back about 2.5 years ago and is currently sitting at $3. So for the last 2.5 years, the stock has lost over $200. What do you think is going to happen in the next, let's say, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks to come? It's probably going to go back on down to sub $3, probably back on down to sub $2, and progressively go back on down towards $1, right? Take a look at the majority of these top gainers here. SPRO is all the way up at $22. It's now down at $2. SGBX was all the way up towards, again, $172. Now back down towards $1. ASBP was up towards around $10. Now back down to 40 cents. LVWR was at $12. It's now back on down to $4. BROG was up towards around the price of $11. Now back down to $4. What am I trying to show you right now? I'm showing you that every single one of these top gainers are going to fall back on down to where they started. So if we know that these plays are overbought, we know that they're overextended, we know that they're forming upper shadows here soon, these are going to be easy money makers to be able to make cash. These are going to be easy money makers to be able to fade all the way back on down. Let's just take a second right here, ladies and gentlemen. If we go back on over, let's just go to a 3-minute time frame. And let's say, again, we type in SGBX. SGBX formed, again, a clear-cut upper shadow, which just showed us, okay, we're at the top. Once you see this upper shadow, it is time to run away. It's time to short. You know that SGBX is the number one top gainer. The stock spiked up over 200% this morning. Stock formed an upper shadow, which shows that it spiked and couldn't hold its gains, and then it came crashing all the way back on down. It is the easiest way to know that, again, a stock is about to reverse and fall and fade and drop. It is essentially the same exact thing, and I always give this childish example just because it's so easy to be able to remember, is imagine if you were going to go ahead and climb up Mount Everest. All right? This is you right here. You're climbing up Mount Everest, and when you get to the very tippity top of Mount Everest, what do? You again put a flag up there, don't you? You say, hey, I want everyone to know in the future that I climbed Mount Everest, so I'm going to stick this flag right here. Oh, yeah, put a little swag on it. And then again, now what do? Well, you head back down the opposite side. You say, all right, time for me to go home. And then you head on down. When you, again, are trading stocks, you can realize we climb up the mountain, we put a flag at the top, and now we head back down to the other side. It's not just SGBX that's showing us that this morning. Let's go over to AMOD. AMOD, right? Guess what we have right here? AMOD. Can't we see a monster spike? Stock gets overbought, goes on a 200% climb, forms an upper shadow. Stock reverses right back on down. Absolutely. Take a look over on ASBP. ASBP, again, big long upper shadow, starts fading back on down. Now you might be saying, well, Dek, what about this upper shadow right here? Well, guess what? You still had a great reversal. What about this upper shadow right here? You still had a great reversal. Every time you have these large upper shadows after overextended moves, the stock fades on down. Can you see how shorting now starts becoming profitable? Out of every single top gainer, they give back their gains after momentum leaves. Sure, you could fall in love with SGN right now if you want to. You say, SGN, Dek, this is the greatest play I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely love SGN. It's going to be fantastic and amazing. But I can tell you right now, a stock that's up 300%, that was at $200 again a few years back. Once momentum leaves this play, the stock ain't going all the way up to $5, $6, $7. And if it does, guess what's going to happen? More room for this stock to fade and fall. When again it gets overextended, when again that big upper shadow forms, you might love this play right now. But this is a clear-cut target on its back. And this is going to be a great shorting opportunity. Because when a stock goes from $1 to $4, guess what? Stock could easily go up to $4, back on down to $1. And that's exactly what we're seeing on every other play so far. If that is SPRO, if that is SGBX right here, if that is, of course, ASBP right here, if that is, again, AMOD right here, you can go through this every single day. It's difficult to find the first out of 10,000 plays that's going to spike. Actually, it's not even that difficult. All you got to do is, again, look at the news scanner. News scanner comes on out. SGN, 3-star press release, came out with an agreement that has to do with crypto. Agreement, crypto. Again, Fox Runner is literally just giving us the answer. So it's really not that difficult to find the big time spikes. You just need to be ready. But again, if you're not ready, well, now again, guess what? You have the target. You have the play that is spiking and going to be the short right back on down. So again, SGN today, absolutely. In the next week or so where I get my big account going and growing, we are going to be attacking these type of plays. Now, SGN, how high can this go on up towards? Probably $5 is going to be the next target, but we can really wait for that clear-cut upper shadow and then, of course, go from there. But I'm really pumped on up to be able to get this started. I'm really pumped on up to be able to say, all right, hey, let's get ready to attack these plays and be able to fade and fall back on down. So let's do that. Now, traders, there is a lot of things, of course, I do need to go over with everything that's coming on up. Okay? And I talked about this a little bit earlier as well. Again, some of the stuff is going to be a little bit of a repeat, but I am going to be announcing most likely later on today on my social media accounts when we're starting on our large account and what broker I'm going to be using on my large account. Okay? So that's going to be coming on up here most likely later on today, that I'm going to be talking about what broker I'm going to be using and, of course, the starting date on the small account, or not on the small account, the large account. Okay? So I do want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. But I'm going to say this right now in front of everyone. I have spoken to probably 10 different brokerage CEOs trying to make sure that you guys are getting the best deals absolutely possible. I will say, me going back to a $30,000, $35,000 account and looking to make $100,000 a month, you have to have the correct broker. I don't care if you are the greatest race car driver in the world. If I'm in a Lamborghini and the greatest race car driver in the world is in a station wagon, I'm winning. There is a point that it comes down to you have to have the right equipment. You have to have the right engine in your car. If you do not have a broker that has shorts on every single play, if you do not have a broker that is going to work with you, give you commissions, give you discounts, give you deals, help you get the best plays, you're just not going to win. So the thing is, I have been working so hard to make sure that every single person here, every single trader that's listening to this, that's following me, that's part of TradeCaster, anything, you are going to get the same exact deals that I get, the same exact short locates that I get, the same exact platform that I get. Every single thing that I have, you are getting. I have no advantage in any sort of way. I'm making sure everyone here is getting hooked on up. And that's because when we start shorting these plays, when we start going back to our large account, when we start trading and going full-time money-making opportunities, I want to make sure that you are winning. I want to make sure that you are not getting eaten up by commission fees. I want to make sure that you are getting shorts on every single play that you want. Because there will not be the excuse, oh, that play again didn't have any shorts. Oh, that play, I couldn't go against it. Sure, maybe if you're using, again, some broker that isn't what I'm recommending. I'm giving you a broker coming on up that will give you shorts on 99.9% of stocks. So get ready to go. Get ready to get after it. Get ready to be fired up. So team, I'm jacked on up here. I am absolutely jacked on up. It is going to be great. Right now here, team, we got a lot of opportunity across the board. SGN, I know, again, this stock is still, again, trying to get a little bit of momentum. Dek, can we move to your new broker even if you have a smaller account? Absolutely. So again, I'm going to give you guys opportunities for absolutely everything. So right now here, traders, SGN is going to be our top stock to watch. There is a lot of things going on here today. Okay, let's actually go on over here and we can go over all of these plays to make sure that you guys are fully aware of them. Obviously, SGN is the number one play, but I actually want to skip, some of these plays right now. SGN is going to be the stock that we're looking at. I do want everyone to be aware that Nvidia earnings are tonight. Guys, that's big. Nvidia. Those earnings are tonight. Now, all you can do, people ask me all the time, what do you think earnings are going to be? Traders, if I tell you what I think the earnings are going to be, it is going to be nothing more than a prediction. It's going to be nothing more than a gamble. There's probably about 10 people that actually know what the earnings is going to be. Those are the people that work on the inside, on the board, the CEO, the vice president of Nvidia. That's it. The thing is, you can't know what the earnings is going to be before the earnings comes on out. If you knew what the earnings were going to be before the earnings come on out, there would be a huge wave of buyers or a huge wave of sellers before the earnings came on out. There's never that. We always see the earnings come on out, then a huge wave of buyers, then a huge wave of sellers. All we can do is make an educated guess and, of course, understand what are the expectations. So the expectations right here is it says analysts forecast 80 cents up from 58 cents reported in the same quarter last year. Revenue is expected to be 43.3 billion, with data center revenue at 39.4 billion. So the way earnings work, for anyone who does not know, because I get this question a lot, sometimes you'll see this. Hey, Nvidia did amazing. Nvidia was able to make X amount of billions of dollars. Nvidia was able to do great on its earnings per share, etc. And you'll still see the stock fall. It does not matter if Nvidia says we had good earnings. You have to exceed expectations. So if they come on out and says, hey, we were able to make $40 billion. We were able to make $40 billion and our data centers made $30 billion. That sounds really good, doesn't it? But it's not what we thought. We thought it was going to be 39.4 billion, and we thought it was going to be 43.3 billion. So even if it comes out with good earnings, guess what? The stock still crashes, the stock still dumps, the stock still gets weaker. And that's what you guys need to note. That's what you guys need to understand. It's not about, guys, saying, oh, hey, it's about having good earnings. It's about exceeding expectations, right? Imagine if you went to a restaurant and you told your buddy how good the restaurant was. You said, oh, it's the best this, it's the best that, it's the best this. Well, guys, guess what? Those are our expectations now. And our expectations is this is going to be the best food ever. And maybe, again, we have a very good meal, but it kind of lets us down. And we say, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. Even though it's a good meal. It was a great meal. But our expectations are just so high. Our expectations is we thought this was going to be incredible. So sometimes, again, earnings, guys, analysts kind of ruin earnings. And, that sometimes happens on Nvidia, especially in 2024. Nvidia basically always has the highest expectations ever. It's hard for Nvidia at this point to keep going up. And it's because it can't live up to its expectations. Guys, that's the thing. Imagine this. Let's think about it as I was watching the Knicks game last night. Anyone watch NBA basketball or basketball in general? Let's just say, again, Steph Curry, okay? Let's say, on average, analysts predict Steph Curry's going to score 50 points. And then next game, he scores 50 points. And then they say, okay, he's going to score 60 points. And then somehow they say, wow, he scored 60 points. And then the next game, they say he's going to score 70 points. And he scores 35 points. Well, people might be like, oh, Steph Curry had a bad game. Guys, he scored 35 points. I mean, that's a ton, but it's not what expectations were. And again, just however you want to think about it, I want you to understand how expectations work. So these are the numbers that you guys have to study. Study these numbers, and we will see what Nvidia is going to be doing tonight. Now, remember, Nvidia traders, it is most likely going to have either a $10 to $15 move. I would say that Nvidia is either going to spike up to 150 today, or Nvidia is going to come back on down towards the price of around probably 125. It's either going to be 150 or around 125 today if it does get a drop. Now, I will tell you right now, I am in at the price of Nvidia at the price of $93.91. And the reason why I'm saying that is I'm literally looking at my account statements right now over on my retirement account. So for anyone who does not know, I am in on Nvidia at the price of $93.91, bought in on Monday, April 7th. You guys have seen that a bajillion times. But again, I have bought in on Monday, April 7th at $93.91 is my entry over on Nvidia. So that is where I am sitting over on my Nvidia play here. And obviously, if it goes on up, I'm making even more money. If it does come back on down to 120, I know that I've gotten in on such a great entry that, I'm sitting pretty and I'm, absolutely fine. So again, the video, we are going to see how much higher this play can go on up. But as you guys know, or if you guys don't know, I bought in on every single long-term investment I have on Monday, April 7th. If that is Apple, if that is VST, if that is Palantir, if that is, what else I have here, Microsoft, if that is Bros, if that is Kava, if that is Amazon. These are all the plays I bought in on Monday, April 7th. So every single one of my entries, I'm currently sitting 160 all the way up at 205. My best entry I probably have ever had in my 10 years of stock trading. My 10 years of stock trading, I jumped in at the lowest point of 2025. It was probably my greatest alert I ever had for the majority of people to jump in with me. And I know, again, traders on TradeCaster, is there anyone on TradeCaster, if I can ask you guys, did anyone else jump in on long-term investments back in April? If that was not April 7th, maybe April 8th, maybe April 5th, maybe April 6th, maybe again something around there. Did everyone else get filled on those low investments back in April? Because if you're saying, Dek, how long are you going to hold those? I mean, I'm probably never selling. Like, you know, that's my retirement account. I am probably not selling for a very, 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 very long time. Now, I can't say, again, like I'm going to hold every single play. There might be some plays that, again, I do take profits in a few years and maybe reinvest it into something else. Maybe, again, there's going to be a stock that, you know, it's like, oh, this just isn't performing as well. It's time for me to cut it. But, again, that's my retirement account. My retirement account is much different than, again, my day trading account. Now, as I also stated before, I do work with a financial advisor. The reason I work with a financial advisor is because he specializes in retirement accounts. So I want to make sure that I'm working with the best of the best for retirement. I want to make sure when I'm 60 years old, I got $4 million in the bank account and I'm all set, ready to go. So again, I posted this a few times, but if you guys want to see every single stock that I got involved in, here's a full breakdown. So this was all the way back. You guys can see right here, Monday, April 7th, where it says full transparency. Over the last 2 years, I've been, again, had my 401k. I've had it in a 5% interest account. I've been very nervous that the stock market's going to be crashing. I've worked with a highly rated financial advisor, and today at the bell, I've entered 50% of my long-term portfolio into these plays. And again, this was also back on Monday, April 7th, 12:10 p.m., where I said investors are sitting out scared right now. I've invested $60,000 today. I've actually invested more at this point, but I said I refuse to miss out on a time where nearly all stocks are down nearly 30%. So again, these are my plays right here. Or again, partially of my plays. Not every single one of them, but a good amount. VST, Netflix, Meta, Uber, Apple, Google, Bros, Amazon, Kava, Microsoft, TXRH, Palantir, and Nvidia. So again, if you want to see my long-term portfolio, it is literally right here. You can take a screenshot. And again, just go to Monday, April 7th, and that is going to be an entry that I'm in on. Somewhere right around Monday, April 7th. Look usually for like the mid-candle. Not at the very bottom, probably right around mid-candle, Monday, April 7th on every single one of these plays. I think there's about 12 stocks here. That's where I'm in on. But Nvidia is one of those plays that I would love to be able to see keep moving up even higher and be able to keep making us some great money and making us some great cash. So earnings are tonight. That is going to be big. That is going to be huge for us. Also, obviously right now, traders, we are going to be watching SGN at the bell. And we are going to be watching SPRO at the bell. These are the number 1 and number 2 top gainers. But SGN is starting to fade and fall. There is a great list of plays right now that, again, have a lot of potential to start spiking. So anyone who does not know this, there are some hot trends right now that are starting to pick up some steam. Now, we don't know what is going to be the number 1 hottest trend in 2025 so far. We don't know if that's going to be somewhere in the crypto, NFT, technology space. We don't know if that's going to be quantum computing. We don't know if that's going to be robotics. We have no idea. But I want you guys to be aware. As I always say, my dad used to always tell me, bring a jacket. If you're going outside and playing soccer, bring a jacket. And I would sit there and pout and say, I don't want to bring a jacket. But he says, hey, Sean, if it starts getting cold or windy, you put it on. You know what's the worst thing? Is when you're cold and you don't got a jacket to put on. So I'd rather tell you every single one of these plays, let you be aware of the hot trends. And if you don't ever use them, you don't ever use them. But at least you're aware of them. So what are some hot trends right now? Number 1, nuclear. Nuclear plays. The best nuclear stock has been SMR, 15% gain. We also have LU, OKLO, LTBR, and you could also even look up BWXT. These are hot plays in the nuclear sector that have been moving in 2025 so far. Next sector we do have is space exploration. That doesn't mean going extraterrestrial looking for aliens. A lot of it has to do with launching satellites into space and who can build rockets that are going to be the most affordable and have the most consistent launches without any sort of error, that are also going to be able to work with different companies. So what we have here is space exploration. RDW is the best space exploration at this time, where that is currently up 23%. But we also have SATL, Rocket Lab, Lunar, PL, BKSY. These are all plays that also have been moving. RDW makes space parts. They are one of the leaders at this moment. We also have robotics. We have RR, ARBE, SCRV. SCRV used to work with Nvidia, got dropped by Nvidia, so they crashed pretty hard. Still up 9.17% year to date, but RR is currently winning. Rich Tech Robotics. Keep your eyes peeled over on that. We also have software. Software, always going to be growing, always going to be advancing. Just another part of technology. We do have BBAI, currently up 19%, and APP AppLovin. For anyone who does not know, APP AppLovin was the #1 best investment segment of 2024. Go back to a yearly chart, a monthly chart, or a weekly chart and type in APP. You will be amazed on how big that spike was. It was incredible, life-changing money for anyone who got it. We also have cloud data plays. CRWV, INOD. CRWV currently up 19% year to date, one of the leaders at this time. We also have fintech plays. Fintech, basically the future of banking, the future of finance. SoFi is where a lot of people love this play, but we do have PAYS, OPFI, DAVE, and HOOD, a great way to be able to look into SoFi plays. We also have robo-taxis, aka self-autonomous, self-driving vehicles, where you do have Pony, WRD, Tesla, and one of my favorites, AUR, Aurora, but Pony is the leader at this time. So you guys can be watching all these. Now, another one that they did not add here over on Fox Turner is quantum computing. Quantum computing, if you guys are interested in quantum, you guys can look at companies such as QBTS, QUBT. You can look at IONQ or RGTI, right? Those are all different quantum computing plays as well. So a lot of different sectors, a lot of different things you guys can look at, a lot of different plays that are not included here, but just to give you some good brainstorming ideas to make sure that going into 2025, you're feeling good, feeling alert, and feeling ready. Guys, enjoy it, and let's get ready for this day ahead. So that's a great little list right there. Guys, SGN, number one play, kicking off this day. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Man, I just want to give you guys more info than you guys can even imagine, than you can even contain. If I'm not giving you information, if I'm not helping you guys on out so much, that's then what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I want to be able to help you guys on out with everything you need. So let's make sure that we are all set, ready to rock, getting this day started in every single way here. Man, it's going to be a big day ahead. Big day ahead. Every now and then I'll see someone on like YouTube or something and be like, man, this guy just talks the whole entire time. Well, I mean, I'm going to be frank with you, and I don't mean to be rude, but yeah. I mean, if you don't want me to, I mean, that makes a fun stream, I guess. I'm trying to give you education. I'm trying to help you on out. I'm trying to give you alerts. I'm trying to break down plays. I'm trying to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock. Hey, let's go the other route. Let's go the other route. I like it. Let's just not speak. Let's just sit here. That sounds fun. That's a good time. That's what the people want. That's what the people enjoy. I know that. That's what the people want all day. I'm sure it. Team SGN, obviously keeping our eyes peeled over on this play. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back on the mic. So right now, team, obviously staying alert and staying ready. Let's also, again, keep our eyes peeled over on the S&P 500 here today. Guys, S&P 500 trying to get a little bit of momentum. I do have my prop firm account I could go after and look for a little bit of trades as well. So again, S&P 500, I'm just going to let you guys know, we do have strong resistance right at those pre-market highs. 592, fade back on down. 592, fade back on down. Coming back on up right towards that 592. 592 odds are that it is going to try to reverse right here. Maybe get a little pullback, kind of, get a little slingshot effect. Pull back and then bang. Hopefully, again, can shoot on off through the boards here. Dek, what would be the ultimate target on S&P 500? 600 is obviously the goal, right? But where is top resistance? Top resistance at this time is more up near around that 595 mark. This was, again, before we had that big pullback. 595 is going to be that goal, that target of where traders are going to be looking at. So that goal, that target, 595, where we hit and then get that big time fade. So 595 is the ultimate target over on the S&P 500 today. We're probably going to get a prop firm trade account on there and see if we can keep on making some money over on that play. SPRO, did that just get halted up? SPRO. Let me see here. Yeah, SPRO is halted. It didn't really move that much, though. SPRO is the number 2 top gainer today. 2 top gainer did not come out with news this morning. Little heads on up. There was no news on SPRO this morning. Okay? There was news 20 hours ago on SPRO. No news this morning. SGN. So far, team, it's just kind of doing what SGN does. Take a look at the past chart history pattern. SGN, what did it do in its past? Let's start right here. In its past, the stock again squeezed and came back on down. And in its past, the stock squeezed and came back on down. And in its past, the stock squeezed and came back on down. Traders, it's one of my favorite analogies. It's one of my favorite ways to think about this. But the past chart history pattern is the stock's DNA. That's who the stock is. You can look at the past to be able to figure out the future. For instance, guys, right? It's your DNA. If I see Fred, and Fred has bright red hair and blue eyes, and he marries Marissa, and Marissa has bright red hair and blue eyes, I will put $1 million that baby is going to, again, come on out and have bright red hair and blue eyes. Now, how can I make that judgment? Because, again, it's in the stock's DNA. Same exact thing if your parents are tall. Same exact thing if you're white or black. It doesn't matter, again, if you're short. It doesn't matter if you're super skinny or a little bit more overweight. Whatever you want to think about it. It's in the stock DNA. Same exact thing, guys, when you guys are taking a look over on SGN right here. SGN, it's known to spike and give its gains back. Spike and give its gains back. Spike and give its gains back. It's what the stock's DNA is. So, you can always take a look at the past to be able to figure out, or at least get an idea of, again, what might be coming up in the future here. So right now, ILEG, still keep my eyes peeled on this, guys. SPRO is live right now. Let's see if SPRO is going to hold up its gains. Schwitzy, my dad has big eyes. Then you probably have big eyes. Big eyes. Fun fact, eyes are the only thing that doesn't grow on your body. Whatever you come out with the eye size are your eye size. Guys, S&P 500 trying to hold above that 592. S&P 500 going from 591 up towards around that 592 area. Can the S&P 500 have a nice little day today? Now, again, why is the S&P 500 even moving on up? Because, again, yesterday, Trump and Europe made a 45-day extension to negotiate, to talk about tariffs. So the thing is, yesterday, if you guys were not here, Trump and Europe said, hey, you know what? Let's take 45 days to negotiate. People saw this as a good thing. They said, hey, we're not just slapping tariffs on them. And now the market's been moving up ever since. Notice what's happening right here. We're breaking resistance. As we break resistance, buyers are getting more excited. More momentum is moving on in at this time. Right now, traders, you guys can see nothing too dramatic, though. The Dow is up 85 points. NASDAQ's up 59 points. S&P 500's up 14 points. So nothing too dramatic at this time. SPRO, stock got halted up and now is halted on the downside. How's the SGN doing? SGN traders needs to hold the VWAP. If you are in on SGN right now, do not allow this to probably go underneath the price of like 285. If I were you and you're in on SGN right now, your stop loss is 285. Please note, guys, there are proper ways to win. There are proper ways to lose, right? I know that a lot of the audience here is males, and again, some is females, and that's absolutely okay, but I always try to give sports analogies. Let's imagine it is third down for a quarterback, okay? Third down. It's third and 10. There's two ways that you can do it. As the quarterback, number one, you just chuck the ball in the air. You chuck the ball in the air, and hopefully, again, your guy comes down with it. Every now and then, that will work. But every now and then, guess what happens? You get picked off. It's an interception. It's a pick six. You basically went from, hey, it's third down. I can throw an incomplete pass. We can punt it down there and have defense. Or I could try to make some hero play that might work or may not work. Same exact thing with stock trading. On SGN, if you're in at the price of, let's say, $3, $3.10, $3.15, you could say, hey, if this play starts going against me, I have a stop loss at $2.85. I might lose $100. I might lose $200. But the thing is, I'm not going to ever blow up an account. You're never going to have a pick six. You're never going to have an interception. You're never going to get benched. If I was a coach and it was third down and my QB just didn't see anything and he threw it out of bounds and just said, hey, you know what? We got to try again next time. Defense, get out there. I wouldn't be upset with him. I'd be proud of him. I would say, hey, guess what? You threw it out of bounds. You didn't, again, force an error. You didn't try to do anything hero. You had discipline to just throw it out of bounds. We'll punt it down there, put them down inside, their 20-yard line, and we'll have defense stop them. We'll get back on the field. Same exact thing with SGN right now. SGN, if you're in on this play at $3, keep holding it until it goes down at 285. But at 285, have discipline to say, hey, SGN's not turning into the big-time spiker I want. SGN is not turning into the big-time ripper and runner that I want. SGN right here, this stock's starting to fade, starting to fall, starting to get weaker. So you know what? SGN, let me move on from this play. Right? So again, always have that opportunity where you have that discipline. Most traders are going to end up blowing accounts because on third down, they try to throw it into double coverage, trying to squeeze it through, and a guy picks it off and they run a pick six, they blow up their account. But not you. It's okay to just throw it off to the side. It's okay. SGN right now is still holding, but I want SGN to spike all the way back on up. But I'm just saying, worst case scenario is have discipline. Have a stop loss. You will never in your life blow up an account if you have a stop loss. Isn't that pretty crazy to think about? Isn't that pretty wild to think about? You will never blow up an account if you just keep having stop losses. So right now, Team SGN still trying to grind a little bit right now. S&P 500 also slowly trying to move itself on up. Traders, Nvidia trying to have some earnings tonight. Now, team, I will say this, and again, they said I'm allowed to say this, so I'm not going to again, this is up to you if you guys ever want to do this, but I always just bring it on up. And again, I have reached out to their support team and they said, yes, you can do this on a test account. So for anyone who does not know, you guys can go over to One Stop Prop here. Okay, and when you guys head on over to One Stop Prop, you guys can go ahead and take the test. Now, for what I mean by this, and I'm just going to give a very brief description, is that if anyone does not know how prop firm trading works, prop firm trading essentially works like this. A lot of people want to become full-time stock traders, right? Just like you, probably a lot of people out there as well. But they don't have $20,000 that they can trade, $50,000 they can trade, $100,000 they can trade. They feel like they have the education, they have the skill set, but they don't have the money. That's why prop firms have gotten so popular, because what you do here is you say, how much money do you want? I want $10,000, $25,000, $50,000. Let's say you want $50,000 a trade. What you have to do here is you have to pay a fee, $300, $296 right here. Now, once you pay the fee, you are now going to be able to open up an account. Now, what the account is going to look just like this, where now all you have to do is grow that account. You have to make, let's say, $8,000. Off that $25,000, you have to make $8,000 before you lose $8,000. And if you can make $8,000 before you lose $8,000, they give you $25,000 to trade with. They say, hey, you can now trade for our prop firm. We'll do like an 80-20 split. You keep 80% of your profits. We keep 20% of the profits because we gave you money. But we're not going to give you $25,000 or $50,000 unless you can prove to us you can make money. Right? That's just the way, prop firms work. That's how every prop firm works. You pay a fee, you do an application test. If you pass the test, you're all set, ready to go. Now, what's the cheat code? Guys, what's the cheat code that every single trader could do if they wanted to? Now, the cheat code is right here. We know that Nvidia has earnings tonight, right? So what you can do is you purchase 2 of these. You again say, hey, Dek, I'm going to buy 2 of these tests. $296. I'm purchasing 2 of them. So let's say again, you spend $550, $600 almost. And with 1 test account, you go ahead and you buy shares of Nvidia tonight. With 1 test account, you go ahead and you short shares of Nvidia tonight. You are going to sacrifice $300. You are going to say, Dek, I am losing one of these accounts. The other account is going to win. So basically what you're doing is you are not trading with any risk. You are not again saying, ooh, I'm going to go ahead and try to do it the normal way. You are basically cheating the system kinda, where you're saying, you know what? I'm buying 2 accounts. I'm buying 1. I'm shorting the other. And you guess what? Tomorrow you're going to wake up and you're going to pass your account. Now you're going to be funded $25,000 and now you can go ahead and start trading real money. I mean, it is a way that you can do it. And I have spoken to them about that. And I have said, do you realize that you could just do that? And they say, yes, we realize you can do that. And if, again, people know of that, they can go after it and do it. So if you guys are interested in getting $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, that is a strategy people use. That is fully up to you if you wanted to use that strategy. They say you cannot do that with real money accounts, but you can do it for a test account. So you cannot do it with a real money account, but you can do it with a test account if you guys wanted to. So make sure, again, if you guys want to become funded, I mean, that is kind of a cheat code for you to do it. So make sure, again, you check it on out. Dek, I lost because of rules on prop firms. Hey, again, there is always rules on prop firms. Please read them. Please check them on out. Again, I don't own One Stop Prop. I don't own any prop firm. I am not, again, part of that in any sort of way. So you would have to, again, speak on every single rule that's out there. I'm just, again, kind of telling you guys a different idea that people do use. SGN right here. SGN stock again trying to get a little bit of a spike and squeeze on up. SGN trying to get a little bit of a spike and squeeze. Dek, when SGN's gonna pop? SGN, just be aware, you have this little downtrend right now. Most likely main resistance is gonna be right around 375. Main resistance on this play is going to be right around that 375 mark. So SGN, watch this. Let's go put it on the top level 2. Top level 2. Here's the, ask, aka the right side is shorters, the left side is buyers. Notice again, when we get up towards around this 375 mark, that's going to be where there's going to be the most amount of orders. Half the people are going to be trying to squeeze it for a breakout. Other half of people are going to be selling. People are going to be shorting. So it's either people are going to be covering their positions or buying, or people are going to be shorting and selling and locking in gains. Right now, again, it is shorting and selling. Notice, you hit this line, you get rejected. You hit this line, you get rejected. You hit this line, you get rejected. At some point, there will be a break, if that's to the upside or if that's cracking all the way down to sub $3. Right now, the easiest way to trade this stock is saying if you hit the black line, aka the VWAP, you get a bounce play. The other way is saying, okay, hey, if we hit the purple line, aka we get a reversal back on down. The easiest way to trade this is, again, follow the rules, follow the ideas, follow the patterns, right? The pattern is you hit the purple line, you fall. You hit the black line, you bounce. And again, that now cements into people's minds, right? It's the way, again, stock trading works, is once people see patterns and you have pattern recognition, that's where you guys can be able to make the most amount of money. So that you guys are all set here, ready to go. Now, I've showed this video before in the past, but I think it's like, and it's only a minute long. It's only 1 minute long here, traders. But I do think it's such a cool way to think about the markets, as if people always ask, well, Dek, why does it turn out the downtrend? And it turns out the downtrend because that's what we've done in the past. So now it cements itself in the present as, okay, let's go ahead and turn out this downtrend. Oh, Dek, why do we bounce off the VWAP and bounce off the VWAP and bounce off the VWAP? It's because we have seen that in the past. So now again, it cements in our psychology of, okay, hey, let's go ahead and all bounce off this area. And again, I'm going to show this video. It's that monkey in the ladder video where basically it's just, that's what we do around here. When traders see things that happen in the past, they hold that to the present moment. Even if there is no 100% perfect explanation, it's just people are following trends. So again, watch this video right here and you guys will see exactly what I mean.
A group of scientists placed 5 monkeys in a cage and in the middle a ladder with bananas on top. Every time a monkey went up the ladder, the scientists soaked the rest of the monkeys with cold water. After a while, every time a monkey went up the ladder, the others beat up the one on the ladder. After some time, no monkey dared go up the ladder, regardless of the temptation. Scientists then decided to substitute one of the monkeys. The first thing this new monkey did was go up the ladder. Immediately, the other monkeys beat him up. After several beatings, the new member learned not to climb the ladder, even though he never knew why. A second monkey was substituted, and the same occurred. The first monkey participated on the beating for the second monkey. The replacements repeated until what was left was a group of 5 monkeys that, even though never received a cold shower, continued to beat up any monkey who attempted to climb the ladder. If you asked the new group of monkeys why the beatings took place, the answer would probably be,
well, I don't know. That's just how things are done around here.
So that's pretty interesting, right? It's almost pretty interesting where it's like, you know, they switched out all the monkeys and it got to a point that none of the monkeys even knew why they don't climb the ladder. It's like, why don't you? And it's just like, well, we don't know. But the original monkeys always got covered in cold water. So they had a reason on, okay, that's why we don't go ahead and climb that ladder. But if you just keep enforcing, where it comes on down to, well, why is this happening? Well, it's just, that's the way we do things. And a lot of times I think about that in stock trading. You know, I think about it as in, okay, it's just now the habit. We hit the purple line, we fall. We hit the purple line, we fall. We hit the purple line, we fall. And it kind of comes on down to, it's like, why is SGN falling at this purple line every single time? And it's just like, well, that's what happened the last 3 times. So it's going to happen a 4th time. You know, it's just like, that's kind of like the way psychology works, as in, again, people see trends and try to keep that trend going, even if you don't have a specific reason. So it's like SGN right here, you know, we can keep our eyes peeled on this until the trend breaks, right? Because the thing is, at some point, maybe a monkey is going to say, you know what, I might want to go grab that banana. And they say, no one beat me up. Let's just see what happens. And you grab the banana and nothing happens. And everyone says, oh, wow, well, we can grab this banana now. So at some point, SGN is going to break this trend. And when it breaks this trend, everyone's going to say, no, you can't break the trend. And then you break the trend and all of a sudden it starts squeezing and spiking. And everyone says, oh, okay, cool. And then they buy it and then it basically starts all over. So the thing is, traders, you got to be watching SGN here. Let's see, like, which way is it eventually going to break? Are we going to squeeze it to the upside, or are we going to crash on down towards that bottom side here? So right now here, team, we want to make sure that we are being prepared. We are being ready with absolutely everything. And we are, again, going to be waiting and watching for any sort of stronger buying momentum. SGN right now, team, still number 1 top play to watch. See if that's going to hold. S&P 500 back underneath 592. Let's head on over to CNBC.com. Actually, before we do that, I want to see where Bitcoin's at. I haven't even looked at Bitcoin. I'm going to make a prediction. I haven't looked at it in a week and a half. I'm just going to say 103. That's what I'm saying Bitcoin's going to be at. And I am off. It's at 108. Wow. Bitcoin, guys, for anyone who does not know, this has been one of the best investments in 2025 so far. Year to date, let's take a look. Year to date, it's up 16%. Year to date, Bitcoin is up 16%. Now, that's a little different than the S&P 500, isn't it? S&P 500 year to date, you're up 1%. So guys, if you invested $100,000 into the S&P 500 right now, from January 1st to now almost June, you are currently sitting with what? A $1,000 return. That's not that great, is it? On the other hand, if you had $100,000 and you invested it over into Bitcoin, guess what? You would be sitting right now with $16,000. That's pretty solid. Okay. Well, guys, what about, let's think about this. Like, what about Nvidia? Okay, Nvidia has to be more. What if you invested Nvidia $100,000 in Nvidia at the beginning of the year? How much money would you be up? Well, you would actually be down still $2,000. You would have gone from $100,000 to now $98,000. Now, that's not, again, getting it at its very low point when it was down towards 100, right? So the thing is, what is so kind of crazy and risky about Bitcoin? Bitcoin, guys, will make you $16,000. But at the same point, guess what? This play was at 93,000 at the very beginning on January 1st. It's now at 108,000, right? So that's been an increase of about $15,000. You went from 93,000 and you fell on down towards around 75,000. That's a decrease of about what? 18,000. So the thing is, traders, there was a point that, again, you were down almost $17,000 over on Bitcoin, where you turned $100,000 into about $83,000. But now you've gone from 83,000 back up to 100,000, now back up to 116,000. So Bitcoin is going to be more volatile. You're going to lose more money, but you also win more money. The S&P 500 is going to be a lot more calm. There's going to be, you're going to win 5,000 or lose 5,000. Nvidia is, again, one of the best investments over the last, let's say, 5 years or so. Let's do this, guys. Let's imagine if you invested in Nvidia 5 years ago with $100,000. Let's just play this game. You would have been able to make from $100,000, I mean, I don't even know, 10 million bucks, right? Would it be $14 million or would it be 1.5 million? No, it would be more than that. So again, it's like 14 million bucks if you invested on Nvidia 5 years ago. I mean, that's insane to think about. Think about how much money you can make, right? So it's like, that's what's so crazy about stock trading. That's what's so crazy about the stock market, guys. It's just, it's insane sometimes. Absolutely insane across the board. Incredible. Right now, SGN traders trying to come on up towards this top area. Somni Beats, hey Dek, remember when Bitcoin was at 16,000 and you were talking about buying it if it went below 10,000? My number was 12,000. Back in 2022, I said if Bitcoin hits 12,000, I will buy it. I will put a lot of money in on this play at 12,000 bucks. And you know what? It came on down to like 14, and it never came down to 12, and I missed out on it. Guys, I missed out on Bitcoin when it came on down to 14,000 when it was in 2022. I also missed out on Bitcoin when it was sub $1 back in 2012. As I said, my one friend came up to me senior year of high school. I was at 2012, and he came up to me. He was like, yo, Dek, he's like, buy Bitcoin. It's at like $1 right now. And I'm like, bro, let me just eat my sandwich. I don't even know what you're talking about with this made up money, right? I bet you everyone can remember the first time they ever heard of Bitcoin. What year was that? Mine was 2012. Mine was senior year at lunch in my cafeteria. Jeremy Saba came on up to me. He said, yo, buy Bitcoin. It's at like $1.25 right now. Whatever it was. It was something random. And I remember I was eating a packed lunch and I was just sitting there just eating my granola bar. And I was like, bro, I stop. Right? So I vividly remember that. Right now, the SGN still trying to hold on up. SGN watching to see if this thing can be able to squeeze. SGN watching to see if this thing is going to be able to pop on up here even more. So SGN, let's see if this play can be able to keep on squeezing here. So SGN, want to see if this play can be able to squeeze and pop. And remember the monkey video, guys. Let's see how much psychology is going to play into effect right now. Right? What's the psychology? Hey, we turn out the purple line. Well, why do we turn out the purple line? Well, that's just the way we do things around here, right? That's the way we do things. So the thing is, SGN, are we going to get people to be able to break the trend? Are we going to be in rebel territory where people are going, the monkeys are going to say, you know what? I want a banana. I don't even know why we don't climb that ladder. Why the heck do you beat me up whenever we climb that ladder? Are we going to follow the monkey trend? Or is someone going to climb that ladder on up, grab that banana, and say, you know what? Nothing happened, guys. As you guys can see, we are basically beating each other up for nothing. So right now, we have the psychological level of someone about to climb up that ladder. Are we going to beat them up, or are we going to allow them to climb on up, and let's see. Right now, you can watch the level 2. Watch the level 2, ladies and gentlemen. It's right around 375. Remember, watch this right here. The right side are the shorters. The left side are the bidders. The buyers want this to go on up. The shorters want it to go on down. 375 is going to be very strong resistance. Here's 374, 375. Can we break through 375 and again grab that banana and squeeze out shorts? Or again, are we going to keep getting rejected? Let's see. We're so close. It looks like we might be in banana territory. We might be able to break the trend here. It seems like things are looking pretty good to be able to break the trend and again be able to say, see guys, nothing bad is happening. This is free bananas. You know what? I'm a big banana guy. I like eating a good little potassium. Right now, SGN trying to slowly squeeze. Green did my friend buy it? He did. He did. He did not hold it, forever though. But he did again buy a good amount. He was like in my newspaper and everything. He bought about like $500 and he turned it into like $300,000. He sold though when he made about $300,000. But he did buy it. But he sold it. And I mean, imagine turning $200 or $1,000 into $300,000. So he didn't hold it to make, millions and millions and millions. He would have. He would have made it millions and millions. But I think he sold it when it hit like $400 or whatever it was. I don't know. Someone do the math. If you buy it at $1 or $2 and you invest $1,000 into it, how long would it take to make $300,000? He ended up making $300,000, $320,000 from a $500 investment. Right now, team, take a look. SGN squeezing. SGN squeezing right here. So SGN squeezing, breaking the trend. So squeezing, breaking the trend right here as this play is going so crazy. A lot of big buying volume. Look at the squeeze, guys. SGN is now at 406%. Now, where do you guys think the target is? Target is very simple. Right here. 200-day moving average, right? Target. 200-day moving average over on SGN. 200-day moving average. If we wanted to be able to break this on down, make this very simple, make this very easy. Where is this at? Right next to $5. 200-day moving average is 504. So, guys, I just want to post this over in chat for you guys. That is going to be the main target, $5 and 504 200-day moving average. Make your life simple. Make your life easy for every single trader to be able to understand that so that you guys are all set, ready to rock. But, again, if you're wondering, how high can this play go up to, it is going to have extreme resistance right around that 504 mark. 504, 200-day moving average target. SGN target is 504. We'll see how much higher that play can get up to. But again, that is the top play. Do you guys ever realize it, that, and that's the way it works, is that pre-market is honestly the time that day traders thrive. And I do feel like there's a shift. There's a shift that is happening where people are realizing that. And people are, again, it seems like there's more activity every single day during pre-market as we basically have 3 different chances or 4 different chances of success. If that's 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and within those 15-minute periods as well with 8:15 or 8:30 or 8:45, right? We have those periods of success also. So the thing is, it's really cool to start realizing how, again, it seems like there's a big shift where a lot of people are now focused even more in pre-market to start trading and saying, all right, hey, once the day ends, or once the day starts, that's kind of when I end my day, right? And I mean, Team, that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of times with these large accounts. You know, you might wake up at 9 o'clock and I'm already up $5,000. I'm already up again, you know, $6,000. And you're like, oh, Dek, well, I didn't know you were going to. It's always pre-market, 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 pre-market. That is going to be, again, the majority of the times traders going to be getting filled. Guys, take a look, guys. SGN. Try to get a little bit of spike. Starting to come right back on down. Starting to get a little bit of spike and starting to come right back on down. We might get halted. Ooh, guys, SGN got halted here, guys. Fell back underneath the downtrend. Fell back on down to the VWAP. And look at SGN. Team, is there anything else spiking? SPRO so far has gone on a big time spike and has given back the majority of its gains. SGBX has done what? Gone on a very big spike, and guess what? Has given back the majority of its gains. You can take a look right now. SGN has just gone on a big time spike and is now halted on the downside, giving back the majority of its gains. ASBP has gone on again a spike and has given back the majority of its gains. It is crazy to me. It is literally crazy to me that people argue with me. They argue. People literally argue with me and say, oh, shorting's not going to make you more money. How can shorting not make you more money? Look at the top gainers of the day. SGN is literally halted right now because it's crashing all the way back on down. SPRO spiked in pre-market and has been dumping throughout the last 2.5 hours. SGBX went on a massive spike and came crashing all the way back on down. ASBC went on a nice spike and has been crashing back on down. Literally, it's the same thing every day. Hot news comes on out. Stock spikes in pre-market. If you make money in pre-market, you made money on the upside. Then a lot of new traders buying at the top, they get crushed and you lose. You can buy it in pre-market on the upside, or you short it after the upper shadow forms and it dumps on down. That is the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, the number 4 top gainers on the day. They all do the same thing. Spike on up. Everyone takes profits. Everyone attacks them on the short side. Have a stop loss on the upside, so again, you never get smoked and you will be absolutely banking. Easy as that. Easy as that. So let's get ready to rock and roll. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set. So you guys are all ready to rock. See what's going to be coming on up here. Want to see where the buying volume is going to take us. See what we have here. Guys, tonight, make sure you guys are following me over on my social media accounts, because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be announcing when is the starting date of the large account. We will be going live on YouTube every morning until we kick off the large account. So for anyone that's watching right now that's saying, oh, Dek, man, I'm loving learning. I'm loving listening. I'm loving watching. I'm loving, again, these conversations. I'm loving the education. I'm loving the entertainment. I'm loving it all. If that is you, then again, we are going to be going live until we kick off the large account. And then large account is time to lock in. I want everyone to get ready to just lock in. Because once we lock in, it is time. Lock the fuck in! Woo! Woo, woo, woo! Right now, team, we want to see, of course, where the buying volume takes us, where the hype and momentum is going to be. And if you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, please let me know. But right now, SGN is starting to dump. SPRO is dumping. SGBX is dumping. SCWO is dumping. ASBP is dumping. Also, again, you take a look at the S&P 500, not back above that 592 area. So a lot of plays are kind of coming on down to the end already. A lot of plays are getting a little bit weaker at this moment. Nothing I want you guys in on at this exact time. Want to make sure that you guys are all set. Let's see where SGN opens up at, though. Let's see where SGN opens up at this moment. I also want to take a look at some of these trend plays, right? These are the hot trends. Nuclear. It says SMR is the best one. I want to take a look real quick. SMR, guys. Let's take a look at the best plays for each trend. How's BWXT doing, though? BWXT also a good play for everyone. BWXT from $1 up towards 124. I know, again, I wanted to go next. What's next? Space, Rocket Lab, RDW. Rocket Lab getting back up towards around $30 right now. So Rocket Lab's getting back on up. RDW had a big dump, but RDW is, you know, up still a good amount just because it was a lot cheaper. So it is still, again, spiking its way. I do want to take a look at quantum computing plays. IO and Q. Look at IO and Q working its way back on up. Right, QBTS. QBTS, also, again, an insane quantum computing play. Robotics, RR. That one's the leader right now. Nah, that one's kind of ugly. Serve. I mean, Serve's getting a nice little bounce on up here as well. I want to see, what's APPS doing so far? APP, excuse me. APP. This play in 2024 was insane. Guys, this was the #1 best investment of 2024. The stock went all the way from the price of what? Let me go ahead and take a look. It went from $40 to $530. How insane is that? $40 to $500 over on App Lovin' back in 2024. Still moving itself on up right here. Looks like it's almost setting itself up in like a ginormous head and shoulders pattern. Would anyone be interested in shorting this play with me at like 420? Right, take a look at App Lovin'. APP spikes back up towards like 420, comes back on down, spikes on up towards 525, comes back on down, spikes back up towards like 420, 425. We look for a short, drop it back on down. I mean, that could be a little bit, you know, a nice play. And that's the thing, like, sometimes, guys, like, you know, it doesn't mean I'm going to trade every single stock, but I like thinking. I like kind of getting the wheels turning. How's SoFi doing in the fintech world? SoFi, the most talked about play. How's that doing? SoFi sitting at 13 bucks. You know, last year I'd go on YouTube and people would only talk about SoFi and Palantir. That was it. That's all people would talk about. SoFi and Palantir. Still moving on up on the weekly chart. Weekly chart, we're still building some higher lows. Self-driving vehicles. Aurora. Aurora's also still trying to build on up here slightly. Still trying to get a little bit of hype. But Pony is the best self-driving kind of technology right now. Pony went from $4 up towards $18. Seems like it's most of its support line is back down towards around like $14 over on Pony. SGN, guys. SGN having trouble. Needs to stay above that VWAP area. So SGN, let's see if it can stay above that VWAP area. See if this play can stay alive. SGN got to stay above that VWAP area. S&P 500 starting to get a little ugly and starting to get a little fade here. 10:12 in the morning. Guys, if you guys do have any questions, comments, or concerns, right now is a beautiful time to ask. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do not hold back. Right now is the perfect time to ask. Super Tom, I'm sorry, but how long time do we hold SPRO and others? So how long do you hold the stock for? I mean, that changes. That's so subjective on every single play you get involved in. Are you getting for a breakout? Are you getting in on a low float? Are you getting in for a long-term investment? Are you getting in right when a press release comes on out looking for a big rip and run? Are you holding for, again, an upper shadow and a short back on down? I mean, I've held plays for 10 seconds before. I've held plays for 10 months before. So it's like every play is different. You just have to have a game plan. Snookeroo Deck, I really admire your ability to access stocks on the fly. Hey, I've been doing it for 10 years. You know, just think about this, guys. I have woken up 5 days out of the week for the last 10 years and have just looked at stocks. Guys, it doesn't matter who you are. If you picked up a guitar and you just play it, even if you don't know anything, if you just play a guitar for 5 days a week for 10 years straight, you're going to be a genius. You're going to be insane. And that's basically what it comes on down to. If you, again, if you don't know any language whatsoever, let's say you don't know Hungarian, and they just drop you off in Budapest, and you're there for 10 years, I guarantee you're going to learn the language. Guaranteed. It's the same exact thing with stock trading. Throw me any ticker, any stock, I could show you what support, resistance, uptrend, downtrend within a few seconds. Right? Deck, would you be a buyer of UNH long term? So that's, I believe, the United Health one. So United Health Group, again, UNH, the United Health Group, for anyone who does not know, this play got caught up in a little bit of fraud. right? So I got caught up in a little bit of some lawsuits and such. UNH, this play went from $600, crashed all the way down to $245, had a 55% drop from where it was. Now, again, usually when a stock is actually a scam or it's fraudulent or anything like that, the CEO runs away. They basically say, hey, we made billions of dollars, we got caught, I'm going to probably do 2 years in jail and I'll be out with still billions of dollars. Then again, the stock falls all the way down to zero. What was interesting about UNH? UNH, the CEO of this play, actually purchased about $10 million worth of shares at the price of $300. So again, basically the CEO says, hey, you know what? We did a couple sketchy things. Stock fell from 600 all the way on down towards 300. I'm taking $10 million of my own money and purchasing shares at 300. I think in the next year or so, we'll be back up to 400. Turn again $10 million into another $20 million. So it is pretty crazy to see that the CEO isn't running away. He's actually adding more money into his position. So, I mean, that's a good sign of strength. UNH, obviously, you got to always be watching different laws and things like that. But at the same time, seeing the CEO purchase down low does show a lot of credibility on, okay, hey, we're going to get a bounce back on up. Deck, that's how I learned to trade. Just got dropped off in the battlefield. Absolutely. Sometimes, again, that's what it takes. Sometimes that's what it takes, just getting dropped on off in the battlefield right there. Taking a couple shots. PLRZ, a little bit of climb. How's Palantir doing right now? Palantir getting ready for a possible new high. Oliver! Deck, what are your top picks right now? I mean, I don't have any top picks for today. Obviously, we have SGN, we have SPRO, we have SGBX. Those are like the day trading hot plays. You know, but if we're talking about Deck, like what are your long-term hot picks? I don't have like any super hot trend right now. As I said, you know, these are all of my long-term investments. I know you can't really see them, but I posted that, you know, over on my Twitter. And again, you know, for anyone who doesn't know, you know, I do have out of the Mag 7, I have 5 of them. So I don't have Google and I don't have Tesla anymore. Those are the two plays that I don't have long term. I do have Apple, I do have Amazon, I do have Meta, I do have Microsoft, I do have Nvidia. I also do have VST, I also have Kava, I have Bros, and I have Palantir. That's my whole entire long-term portfolio right there, what I just said. So, you know, those are all my long-term plays, my long-term portfolio. Oh, and I also have Uber. I think Uber is going to be a good one as well. So I really like Uber. I really like self-driving. I think self-driving, guys, vehicles is going to be a very big thing in the future. I'm all for it. I am completely pro self-driving vehicle. And people are like, no, Deck, I don't want that. I want to drive cars. Guys, if you want to drive a car, drive a car. I'll drive a car sometimes. I drive a truck. I enjoy driving a truck. When I had my fun cars, my fun sport cars, I enjoyed, again, having a 5-speed manual and, again, shifting and that's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. But you know what's also pretty cool? If we had the option to just type in where we want to go. Bada boom, bada bing, click. There's no wheel. There's no pedals. There's nothing in front of me. And guess what? I can bring down a desk and I can do some work on a laptop. Guess what? I'm a little sleepy. I can go ahead and take a nap. Guess what? You know, maybe I went out and went to a Jets game and I had 1 or 2 drinks. And now, again, I don't want to be drinking and driving. I want to be responsible. And again, my car just brings me home, right? Like, I don't see any con. I see zero con with having, again, self-driving vehicles. And people are going to say, well, what if they crash? Well, the thing is, guys, humans crash every single day. Humans crash, human error. I would think, again, over time, guess what? It's going to save lives. The number one way people lose their life nowadays, right? And again, God forbid, I don't want this to happen to anyone, is, of course, driving, texting and driving. Texting and driving under the influence of alcohol or some other drug, speeding, running through red lights, falling asleep, things like that. So the thing is, if we could be able to build some sort of system where, yes, you don't have to touch a wheel whatsoever and we don't have to have human error take any sort of effect, and I could take a nap and I could get work done and I could, again, you know, be responsible in every single way, hey, I think that's perfect. I see no con whatsoever if, of course, you can make a great working product. Don Dallo's Deck. Hey, Deck, how do you track the mob, aka the majority of buyers? I watched the video to find it. Am I correct to assume the mob can be split? If so, how do you advise waiting? Yeah, so I mean, the simple answer, Don Dallo's, is what has the most volume? What has the most attention? What is spiking up the highest? And again, probably getting the most hype. So it's like, you know, this morning, where was the mob, you know, kind of sitting at? I would probably say this morning, we did have SGBX have the majority of the mob, right? Where SGBX went all the way from 58 cents and spike up to $3. But then it started fading and dying on off. And then the majority of the mob, you know, went over to SPRO. right? Where SPRO then started squeezing and spiking and going crazy. But then that started dying on off. And then again, SGN started squeezing and spiking. So it's basically, again, where's the mob at? It's what is basically the top gainer, the hot mover, the stock that's hitting highs in this specific moment, right? But right now, if we're saying where's the mob at, there is like no mob hype right now. There is no play that's going crazy at this moment. There's no play that every single trader is looking at. But the easy answer is, what is the top gainer hitting new highs, right? That's basically what you're looking for. Dek, AI cars freak me out. Oh, I can't wait. Guys, just think about it. Imagine all the people that have to commute to New York City, people that live in Pennsylvania and drive an hour and a half to New York City, and they could just go ahead and take a nap. Imagine, again, the work you can get done. Imagine, again, you know, just saying to yourself, oh, yeah, there's no accidents because all cars have sensors around them and people aren't making human errors and texting and driving and falling asleep and drinking and driving and, again, running stop signs and speeding and, again, making all these human errors. Oh, I think it would be great. I see no issue whatsoever. I'm not saying, again, take away your 5-speed manuals. I'm not saying, again, take away your gasoline cars. If you want to drive a gasoline car and a 5-speed manual and you want to rev that thing on up to V12s, go ahead and do it. I don't care. But again, right, I think it would be a big shift. I would 100%. If the Cyber Cab is 100% legit, what Cyber Cab, no wheel, no pedals, you just type in where you want to go, I'll get one. Right? Sure, absolutely. I'll have a fun car to drive on Saturday and Sundays. And I'll have, again, my other car that, again, says, hey, I want to take a nap. Wake me up when we get here, Cybercab. AGAE, a little bit of a climb on up here at this moment. AGAE, think a rainbow bends for the heads on up. All right. Hey, traders, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, stay motivated, stay excited, and stay ready for the future. Tonight, I am announcing the starting date of when, again, this large account is going. Yesterday, I made the deal finally with the broker that we are going to be working with. I'm going to be giving you guys all the details about that coming on up in the future and when you guys can start signing up about it. But I'm also going to have them jump on the live stream and give a presentation so that you guys are all set, ready to go. And other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, it has been another incredible day in the books. Guys, we had Memorial Day on Monday. Yesterday, getting after it. Today, of course, a nonstop action. I always want to jump on the mic nice and early at 7 a.m. I always, again, promise to do at least about 3 hours of commentary every single day. If that's 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, up to 10:30, making sure that every single day you're learning, growing, getting an education, and saying, man, this guy's going the extra mile. This guy doesn't shut the heck up. This guy's, again, teaching me more than I have ever learned. I'm trying to give you guys a university of day trading, a university of stock trading, a university of becoming a better trader. Please, if you guys can help me on out, spread the word about how much we're going to be trading coming on up, about spreading the word on our large account challenge, spreading the word on shorting, spreading the word on the broker deal that we are about to get, spreading the word on the Tradecaster community. We are going live every day on YouTube until, again, we kick off the big shorting and the big accounts. Traders, I absolutely love working with you guys every single day, and I just want to say one more time, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this day. I hope you guys have had an absolute blast. I hope you guys have had fun, and I hope you guys have crushed it. These plays are starting to kind of fade on off at this point, so don't put yourself in any sort of bad position. If you need anything at all, please let me know. DM me, email me, something like that. Send me mail. All right. So other than that, though, traders, I love you. Help me wrap this thing on up here, baby. Let's do it, traders. In 3, 2, 1. I love you guys. I'll see you later on. Thank you so much. Woo! Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman.
I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
The first niggas gotta find me.
$700.
$50,000 to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy.
$1,000.
Y'all know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
Lock it on up.
too when I look at you like this shit crazy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here.
1,400.
It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million a year?
Jackson, Tyson, Jordan.